Hey, how are you? I am quite literally getting all my ducks in a row, and I'm not kidding. I have a few of these on my desk, and somehow this one lost its mother. So I have like 6 inches of space in front of me we're gonna need this. This is gonna be like me if I was saging the room, okay? So here, let's just do this. Namaste. And F you. Now I gotta get that bad juju gone. Hold on. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Okay, enough. Shut up, Tibetan song bowl. Okay, we're gonna put the bowl back. We're gonna put the duck back. On with the show. How's everybody doing? Hey, Dis-I-Am, how are you? I missed you last night. I managed to stay up for quite a bit of Miss Jen's live. Always a good time. Hey, Crazy Nurse, how are you? Sober Girl, nice to see you. It's been a while. How you doing? I hope you are well. SoFlo Mama, how you doing? LG, Liza, how's everybody doing? What the hell day is this? You know, when you're in the YouTube blender. Speaking of that, I took a few mental health days. Here's one of the reasons that I will never be some big YouTube channel. I could not ever work as hard at making up bullshit and fabricated drama in the name of super chats, views, subs. I do not even understand this. Grown adult people and males, like I don't come from this like thought process. I always try and think about, like, is there any man? Okay, I used to do it just with fashion. Like, you would see something coming down a runway or something in a print ad, or, you know, just some fashion popo episode somewhere. And I always try and look and picture any of the men in my life wearing said outfits. No, that never happens. And now I find myself applying the same principle to this shit show. Oh, by the way, do y'all want to know my new name for this segment of the housing project neighborhood that we're all, you know, rolling around in out here? Dramatary. That's what we're going to call it. Dramatary. Or wait, hold on. I wrote a couple down. Where the hell are my glasses? Okay. Hold on. Yes, dramatary. I thought that was a neat little mashup of several different terms. Yeah, you guys. Hey, Bee's Knees, how are you? Oh my God, Tuesday, how are you? Yes, you're right. These roads, oh my God, these roads are filled with potholes. There's a lot of like side dirt roads. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be coming off at least 1 or 2 Christmas card lists after this episode. That's okay. I don't send out Christmas cards. Yeah. After, well, let me tell you first. I took a couple. Like I said, mental health days, because when I get to the point where I'm that close to, like, I've already poured the gas and I'm standing by the keyboard with, oh, kind of like Prayer Garden's Bic or Zippo. No, because you wouldn't hear the Zippo. No, one of these. Okay, you know how I say, those books I liked as a kid, you will know it is time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Yeah, well, when you're listening to that disgusting white trash, illiterate piece of shit, also known as Prayer Garden of America. Yeah, PG, don't worry, girl. Take me off the Christmas card list. Save yourself a stamp and 1 or 2 brain cells, because trust me, girl, you got none to lose. So instead of hearing a lovely song when it's time to turn the page, although PG only has 1 page in 1 book, but this is what her turn the page, her Tibetan song bowl, to let you know it's time to turn the brain cell. Anybody who's ever had the misfortune of listening to that illiterate bitch for more than 30 seconds, you can always hear the sound of her Zippo. I mean, I'm sorry, Bic. Yeah, if the bitch would use a Zippo, we wouldn't have to hear that. Of course, not that I listen to her dumbass much, but hey, Queen Ashley, how are you, girl? Nice to see you. Cericia, how are you? Yeah, please don't. You lose valuable brain cells when you try and listen to that idiot. And see, people like her and the absolute moronic, mouth-breathing knuckle draggers of the world who are her peeps, any like semi-intelligent person like myself, you sit back and you listen to the vile filth that spews forth from that geriatric gangster wannabe's mouth, and it just makes one sit back and say, self, what the fuck am I doing here? These are not my people. I'm talking about, PG and that ilk. So when I start getting to the point where just the mention of names or sound of voices make me want to blow up my second channel, just like that opening for the ID show where you see the woman briskly walking away from the gigantic bonfire explosion that she just lit and is walking away from. Yeah, when this place gets me to that point, and I'm not even kidding anymore, I really do. I have to put the YouTube down and I have to step away and I have to go back to my normal sane world that I inhabit, where I don't know anybody who speaks like PG. I don't know anybody who, well, I won't go that far. There's no one that I have to interact with in my life that sounds and or looks like bitchhole Betty, etc. Yeah, and in light of all the horrible events that happen in this world every day, like, my God, the mass shooting yesterday in Atlanta. Although I don't even know, did it warrant more than, just a chyron going across the bottom of the screen? I was out walking the dog when I was actually listening to the Glare covering Gannon's trial, and that one's tough for me because I have a son, even though he's grown. That one is hard for me to listen to, so I don't listen to much. But when I do, I have listened to it on the Glares channel, and he's really done a fantastic job. And I know that it has got to be incredibly taxing, mentally taxing to dedicate to doing that every single day. Um, he has a connection with Gannon. That's not my story to tell. So if you're interested and you want to know why he is so dedicated to covering that trial, I would highly recommend going and listening to the episode that he did probably close to 2 weeks ago, maybe not quite 2 weeks. He did it with Chasing Truth, Tracy. And you get a real insight into why they both have, such a connection to that case. But when I was listening to him, I was walking the dog and I just wanted something. Here I was trying to find something that wouldn't start grinding the gears and get me pissed off. So I couldn't listen to, I was just trying to stay away from the tragedy pimp scumbags. And I did. But when I think they had gone on lunch break and he said, "Oh, hold on a minute. There's a situation in Atlanta." And honestly, it choked me up because this world, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I really don't. It's very scary. And it'll give you a little insight into why I joke around and say I'm agoraphobic, and trust me, I am not an agoraphobic. But as I've gotten older and I see the insanity in this world, it just reinforces to me that everything I need is in the four walls of my house, and what isn't, I get it delivered. So when all the dirtbaggery and the fuckery gets to be a bit too much, I have to walk away, because if I don't, I will do what I did the last time I was here, when my channel was, well, let's see. It was a little over double the subs I have now, but I'm telling you right now, I don't regret it for 1 second, because that's not this. I use this channel as an outlet for me, and I do what I'm good at. And this is my useless talent. This is what I'm good at. I'm good at calling bullshit when I see it. So yeah, I just needed to unplug for a few days, but good luck. Good for you guys. What was good for me is also going to be good for you in just a little tiny way, because I caught up on my, let's see, what did I watch? Hulu and HBO. Okay, 2 shows, both great. I think I liked the Hulu version better, and that is the true story of Betty Gore and Candy Montgomery. Candy and Betty and their husbands all went to the same church. They were social friends. And Candy and Betty's husband, Alan, started having an affair. And Betty ended up dead from 42 blows of an axe, thanks to Candy. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that. Oh, Demon Seed. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Which Muppet do you think I look like? Just put it in the chat, because I'm curious. If I had to pick one, I think, I saw one the other day. Where was I? I was somewhere. Damn, now where was I? Was I in a store? Oh, yes, I think I was. And This must be one of the newer. I don't know if it was a Muppet. It might have been. I think it was. No, were the Muppets part of Sesame Street? Oh, she was so cute. She was pink and purple, and she has this this crazy hair. Who's Janice? I don't know who Janice is. Janice is a Muppet. Hey, Scapegoat for Life. How are you? Yes, I am. Absolutely. Oh, Soper, you remember that? Yeah. So the HBO version, I'm not going to tell you obviously I'm not going to tell you how that case turns out. And it was 1980 when it happened. So the HBO version is, hold on, because I wrote it down. Oh, damn it. Hold on, I got to get my glasses. Shit. Oh. Badass guitarist in the band. Oh, see, it's been so many years since I've seen any of that I don't know who the hell. I mean, believe it or not, who was that? Demon Seed. You must watch cartoons and puppet shows, etc. I don't. So I'm sorry, I don't have a good reference for Janice. Okay. Oh, maybe that's what a prayer garden's, peeps. Okay, so on HBO, it's called Love and Death. And I think it's okay, that one's just started. As of a new one's coming out tonight. Right now, there's 3 episodes out. Tonight will be the 4th, and I think there's going to be 8 in total. That one stars Elizabeth Olsen, and there's a couple other people in there you will recognize. I couldn't tell you their names, but I absolutely knew them. The Hulu series is called Candy, and that one is, I think that one's also 8 episodes, maybe 6. No, maybe it's only 6. All of those are out, and that came out, I don't know, a year ago, maybe. I think I prefer the Hulu one. And Jessica Biel plays Candy Montgomery. And even wearing some really bad 80s, curly helmet head wig, she still looks gorgeous. Okay. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Oh, thank you, Scapegoat from Live. That's nice. Okay, so there you go. You got that. That's 2 things I caught up on. Oh, I'm reading a fantastic book. Hold on, I'm going to tell you the title. If you are a fan of Barbara Kingsolver, this is her latest, and it is a fantastic book. Hold on a minute, I'll tell you the name of it. Yeah, it's so fantastic, I can't remember the name. But you know why? Because when I was going through my Kindle suggestions and my wish list, I saw that she had a new book out. I clicked on it, read the description, immediately bought it, and started reading it. So that's why I'm not 100% on the title. Okay, it's called Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. She wrote the Poisonwood Bible back in the day, another fantastic book. So I've gotten back to that. My whole life, I have devoured books, and I always read before I go to bed. That's kind of how I unplug. Okay, so there's that. So there you go. I gave you 2 great suggestions for non-YouTube bullshit, should you care to get off of YouTube for all kidding aside, you guys, I highly recommend to everybody. This place to me, if you're, wrap tight, it just quite naturally starts to wear on you after a while. The beauty of it is you can put the YouTube down. It doesn't matter how long you put it down. Everything will be the same when you get back. You will be able to pick right up where you left off. My little hiatus was, well, it was about the last live I did was, Heels in the air. Hello, my friend. Heels is under the building. Prissy, how are you, my other friend? Not that I don't think all of you are lovely people, but some people I actually talk to outside of YouTube, and yeah, so I think, let's see, Heels and I did a live on Saturday. Today is Thursday. So 4 days of I didn't produce any content. And I actually was sick too. I'm much better now, but I spent almost all day yesterday on my couch. I only got up to do, what I absolutely had to. Hey, Pee Gate, how are you? Oh, Tuesday Child. I'll have to check that out. Know Your Rights by Angelina Jolie. Huh. Oh, God. Hey, it's me, Amberly. How are you? Yin and Yang pair. How you doing? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I did go to Jen last night, and I haven't for the past 4 days. I have not been 100% completely in the dark. I have listened to Queen Bee, just a little snippets here and there. As soon as I was at Headstones and Headlines last night. This was hilarious. And the only reason I even got on YouTube when I was enjoying my YouTube free time was because I had just done all the linens on my bed. So, it was time to put everything back on. And I have 97 pillows. I have the good comforter. I've got the down comforter, the sheet, the top sheet, the whole nine. God, I hate doing that. But I wash my sheets at least twice a week because I've got my little dog and at least 2 cats in the bed at all times. My poor husband. So I wash the sheets, a lot more than some people probably do. But God, I hate putting them back on. It's such a pain in the ass. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to put my earbuds in, AirPods, earbuds, whatever the hell those things are called. And I'm just going to pop on Headstones and Headlines. Now, that probably was not the right channel for me to pick because, she is, her thoughts on Bullscorn Betty are very much in line with mine. We're like, simpatico in that department. In fact, Headstones, please email me. I want to do an episode together. I think it would be a lot of fun. Hey, Clancy, how are you? My email is crimesandfashion@protonmail.com. And anybody who's just dying to talk to Lisa, if you need a little bit of life coaching advice, I only have one life coaching client, and that is Hondo. He pays me very well. So he has my life coaching practice has a singular focus, and that's Hondo. Okay. Oh, one other thing I was going to show you. I did take when I wasn't busy on the couch doing nothing before I started feeling cruddy on Monday. I needed a new makeup mirror. So I went to TJ Maxx, and I found an amazing eyeshadow palette. If any of you, it's not the one I'm going to show you, But anybody out there who's a Pat McGrath fan, my TJ Maxx, I have never seen Pat McGrath at TJ Maxx before. One of her, the palette that came out around Christmas time, what is it? It's it's hot pink and orange. The palette, the packaging. I think it might have come out mid to late November or early December because it was kind of like for the holidays. They actually only had one. And the only reason I didn't buy it was because I had already bought it from Pat McGrath and I actually didn't care for the colors, so I sent it back. The only Pat McGrath product I have ever sent back. And it was just because the colors I don't use. Literally Davis fan, how you doing? So anyway, well, thank you, yin and yang pair. I mean, you know, for a Muppet, I do my best. God, you idiots are gonna, you gotta try harder than that, okay? If you're gonna insult me, well, could you at least like do something that, never mind, this will totally be lost on whoever that moron was. So if you like Pat McGrath, oh, and it was only $34.99. Now that was not one of Pat McGrath's more pricey palettes at full retail, but I think it was still, well, it was probably 65 bucks. So I'm just saying, if you're a Pat McGrath fan, you might want to go and see if they've got that palette at yours. But one of my favorite Huda Beauty, what do they call those? Is it a quad? Yeah, the quads. Or does it have 6 colors? 6. She makes quads too, but this is it was called Pastel Lilac or something. I've been using that for months and I've hit pan on all the colors. So I thought, damn, I need to find like a dupe for that palette because they don't make that anymore. I'm sure I could find it, but I'm not going to pay over retail on that. But Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina. Let me show you what it. Sorry to the boys, I am Clancy. I'm sorry. I swear we're almost done talking about the girl shit. It honestly, it's gorgeous. And let me tell you something. I have used Anastasia on my brows forever. And not the pencil. I have the old school, another ABH product they don't make anymore. I have the old school, like her first product, the palette that's got three round pans. One is wax and the other are the colors, and it had stencils. I don't use the stencils, but I've hit pan on that too, and that's gone. But I have never used Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows. I have used their lipsticks. Those are good. I was shocked at how nice. I mean, these colors, honest to God, they are as good. Now I'm only talking about the shimmers, and I think these are as good as my Pat McGrath palettes. As far as the color payoff is excellent. No fallout, none. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe like 5 metallics. You know, metallic shimmer. But this palette, you guys, and they had this in 3 or 4 colorways. Shit, I thought the price was on the back of it. I want to say it was listen, I know it was $19.99 because if I showed you my bathroom, you would think you were in Sephora. It is obscene. The last thing this bitch needs is another makeup product. I give my nieces so much makeup because it's going to go bad. Makeup does go bad, just like food, just not as fast. So when I tell you I do not need another eyeshadow palette or anything for that matter. So I would not have bought this if it was expensive because I have no need for it. But oh my God, I'm like a little bit in love with it. The other one was like a same design, but it was like orange and gold. And then I think there was a green. So it might be worth it. If you need some makeup, I would definitely go to TJ Maxx. Check it out. You will not be sorry. Oh my God, I just did a really stupid thing. I put it right on the side of the credenza where, one false move and that palette I was just raving about would have been in 1,000 smudgy messes on my lovely wool carpet. God, I do shit like that where it's like, why am I tempting fate? I know this is not going to work out well. Okay. Sorry, guys. I know. Y'all are like, listen, bitch, we're not here to hear about your eyeshadow. We're not here to hear about your Hulu queue. No, we're here for the good stuff. We're here for, that. Okay, first, hold on. We're going to cleanse. Well, no, we didn't talk about anything bad, so we don't need to do that yet. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All righty, now that we got that out of the way. Okay. Well, let's just get into Lettergate, shall we? I spoke very briefly in the video telling you what I was going to talk about on here. And I did say that I had an Avery Shannon receipt. Listen, I'm not trying to dogpile on Avery. I assure you I'm not. I heard the debacle that happened on QUEENBEE. I think that she absolutely did herself no favors. And here's just a small piece of advice from me to you and to anybody else who's, doesn't quite understand the concept of an apology. It's not complicated and you don't have to think about it. All you have to do is be sincere, and it's just 2 little words or 4, no more than 4. But if you want to go the condensed version, it's 2 words. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. 5. If you want to do the longer version, it's I'm sorry I hurt you. Full stop. Mic drop. Exit the building gracefully. That's how it's done. What you don't do is everything Avery did. But listen, all I'm going to do is show an email that she sent me because and this was back when I was brand new on YouTube. I had no idea who she was. I actually had to ask someone that I was close to. I said, do you know who this girl is? I said, because she keeps asking for my email and she keeps wanting to send me something and it's about Dolly. I said, I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her. I said, and I am damn sure not clicking on any links. And I never did. I think it must have been around the time back then when this would have happened. I would have been very new on YouTube. I can't pinpoint it exactly because that channel's gone. But going back in my mind, I kind of can figure out roughly what would have been going on. And back then, at the time that was sent, I think the only mention I had ever made of Dolly was about the Turtle Island thing. But this could have predated this. But like I said, all I knew was this. She reached out to me in the comments, and it was like, oh, I want to send you something. Do you have an email? So I gave her my email, and then I saw that there were links, and they were not links. Listen, I don't know shit about tech and computers, but I do know that you don't open links from people you don't know. So I have to confess, she followed up with me in the comments again and asked me, did you get the email I sent you? And I must confess, I lied to her. And I said, no, I didn't. So she sent it again. And that was that. I never responded. And she obviously took the cue and did not ask me about it again. But I think the only reason I'm going to even show it is because I think it shows a pattern. And what I think is she strikes me as someone who, for whatever reason, doesn't want to come out on her own. And maybe, I don't watch her, so I don't know. My understanding is her channel is true crime. I think I was subbed to her at one time because she subbed to me, and it was just one of those like courtesy things. But I've never actually watched her. But I get the impression that she wants to keep her own channel like, only true crime, kind of like pristine. And she wants to bring her drama to other people to let them either fight her battle for her or sully someone else's channel. Well, she goes back to her pristine one. That's all speculation because I don't know what the hell she does on her channel, nor do I care. I don't have anything. I don't have a personal issue with the woman. I think that all of that insanity over on QUEENBEE's, Avery, that's on you. You took what you could have turned around pretty quickly with a sincere, true apology. And instead, and who knows, maybe, I don't think it was by design, but maybe it was, I don't know. But it just went from bad to worse cubed. So, hey, B Tim, how you doing? Oh yeah, trust me. Like I said, I don't know shit about computers. But I do know that you don't ever open links that you don't know. So when all that happened the other day, I was like, damn, I remember back in the day she reached out to me. And sure enough, I'll be damned, I went to my Crimes and Fashion Gmail and just put her name in the search, and up it popped. And this is what it says. And like I said, I'm only doing it. I'm only showing it. And trust me, it's nothing salacious at all. To me, it just shows a pattern. Oh, shit. It's a little hard to see, but I'm going to read it. And I assure you, that is a screenshot directly from Gmail. And this is what it says. It's in bold. It says Dolly Vision, and it says, please take a look at these videos. Dolly Vision has been attacking my 11-year-old child. Paid, in all caps, someone to hack me. Proof is in these videos. Took me and my pastor and put our pics together. He is not a good person. He has said numerous times, my kid is hashtag next one missing, and I am hashtag next Candace Wells. And then there are 2 YouTube links. And that was from June 21st of 2022. So there you have it. I mean, to me, it's exactly what I just said. Maybe, I don't know why me. who knows? I know if I'd been her, I know why I would have reached out to me. But kind of like I said, part of the reason I will never be a big channel is because I could not exist in this place having to be on coming up. Listen, what I see from a lot of people who really get into this, and I have my thoughts on that too. I understand that everybody's on here for a different reason, and this place fills a different void, or maybe not a void, but a need, whatever it may be. So, yeah, I just, the lengths that some of these people go to is astonishing to me. I just cannot imagine. People, you know this shit's not real, right? I mean, yes, all these things supposedly happen. Some I think they definitely happened. Some I think absolutely definitely did not happen. Oh, nice segue into what we're going to talk about. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? All right. First, right off the bat, before we start discussing what myself, along with several other people I have heard, are calling Lettergate, because I don't know what else you'd call it. This dramatary I'm getting ready to do on Unirock, there is no hate, there is no malice. This is simply me taking what he has given us, what I believe is a story, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. I spoke to Queen Bee via email this morning, and girl, you got that email game. You've got your response time dialed in, and I think I need some tips on how you do that, because because I know she is way busier than I am, and I've got emails from probably 2 years ago I haven't opened. So I was given her blessing to use this clip from her channel. I was there live when it happened. But I have only listened to it live when it happened. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break it down. We're going to do a watch and react. And thank you, Queen Bee. I appreciate you giving me the go ahead to use this. And she graciously gave me a blanket, her blessings to use any of her content at any time. I just would never, I just wouldn't use someone else's. Not one that, it's one thing when you're just doing a little short, couple sentences, but this is going to be a little longer. So yeah, I would never do this without first asking. So I appreciate her giving me the go ahead. But back to Uni. There's no malice. I don't have any personal issues with him. What I do have, wait, before I say another word, I'm trying to phrase this in the most, no, screw that. I'm not even going to try and do that. He is a vet. Nobody is vet bashing. And I sincerely thank you for your service to this country. Okay. Covered that. Okay, so my first time I ever listened to Unirock, he came up in my feed right around St. Jude Telethon Gate, as I dubbed it. Yeah, when Mallory was out there having her little sidewalk telethon, grifting super chats to deflect from Ashley Furniture Gate situation. So it was right around then when I became familiar with him. When I was here before, I never watched him. I had never even heard of him. I don't know why, but I just hadn't. So he came up in my queue, and I think he might have been talking about Molly. He was talking about one of the tragedy pimps. And I came out on a live, I think the next day. And I said, oh my gosh, this channel just came across my queue. And he seems like a really nice person. And I'm not saying that I don't think he is still a nice person. Listen, I do not look at him as I look at some of the other ones. Well, I'm not going to lump him in with Betty and Jay. I'm not going to call him a tragedy pimp, okay? I'm not going to go quite that far because I don't know enough about him. I am only going to react to the live conversation between him and QUEENBEE. And I'm sorry, I'm 53 years old and I know a load of bullshit when I hear it. So that's all I'm doing. This is not a personal attack on him. But I kept hearing with each new thought he would put out there. I mean, the red flags are waving, like the railroad crossing, this thing's going, the bells are ringing. And I'm like, no, bullshit, didn't happen, defies logic. To me, that's the best way to sum the whole shit show up. It defies logic. I'm sorry, it just does. If my high school kid, well, I don't have a high school kid, but if my kid, when he was in high school, and trust me, I remember some of the yarns he would try and spin for me. Yeah, no, I would not have believed that from a high school kid. I'm definitely not going to believe it from a grown man who knows better. So I'm calling bullshit. If I am wrong, because here's how I see this going, much like many other people have opined. Well, I'm pretty sure said letter will never see the light of day for various reasons, not the least of which is said letter does not exist. Not in my mind. But in the event that I am proven wrong, I assure everyone listening now or at any point in the future, and to Uni himself, I will absolutely come on and I will apologize, and I'll do it the right way. I don't give backhanded apologies. If I've screwed up and I'm going to come and I feel the need to apologize for my words or my actions, I'm going to tell you that this is how you don't apologize. You don't say, well, I'm sorry if I didn't mean to blah. You get the picture. So yeah, I'm sorry. That's just I don't know how old he is, but I'm pretty sure I'm older than him. As one of the senior members of this community, I'm sorry, I'm calling bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay? In the event I am wrong, I will gladly make a public apology. Okay. So let me just say this before we get into this. Even with me extending to him every benefit of every doubt and giving him the widest possible leeway, kind of like we've heard in a few courtrooms this week with a few different trials, giving him Viewing the evidence in the light most favorable to the plaintiff. And we'll just say he's the plaintiff. I'm still calling bullshit. At the very least, here's what I will say. If in the very off chance that this is all happened exactly as he says, well, then I would definitely suggest maybe auditing a class at your local community college, or I don't know, a YouTube tutorial on effective communication between two adult people in the modern electronic age. I mean, dude, give me a break, okay? At the very least, if I take this in the light most favorable to you, it was the world's most inarticulate and poorly enacted reach out. It just, which is a perfect segue into a little screenshot I want to show you guys. PP-Gate, I would agree. The internet truly needs apologies for dummies, social media edition. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. To me, all of this shit is just common sense, bottom line. It ain't rocket science. One of my personal, I'm not going to say heroes because I don't have, there's a lot of people in this world that I admire for their accomplishments, for their intellect, for all kinds of reasons. Would I say they're heroes? No. I mean, obviously there's a hierarchy. Some people are way up at the top, some are at the middle, some are kind of at the bottom. Oh, Liza, I'm way older than him. What's his rough age? Mid to late 30s? Because that's where I put him. I'm 53. I could, depending on how old he is, I could quite possibly be his mother. I mean, it's a stretch, but depending on how old he is. But somebody who I just frigging love. And if I could come back as her, just for a few days, just pretend this is a gavel that I can then club dumbass people over the head with. Judge Judy. God, I love that bitch. I took the liberty of finding a couple, because there's one that she always says, or a version of it, and I thought, well, I want to make sure I get the wording exactly right. So I went online to look. So 50 all-time favorite Judge Judy quotes. I've only got a few, and you'll know when we get to the one that applies to him. Okay, number 22, I love. I can't stand stupid, and I can't stand slow. My God, truer words were never spoken. Number 28, remember, a Trojan is more than a horse. Oh my God, wouldn't that solve so many of the world's problems? Number 42, don't try to teach a pig to sing. It doesn't work, and it annoys the pig. Did I show the screenshot? I don't think I did, but it doesn't matter. You guys don't need to see it. Number 45, I want first-time offenders to think of their appearance in my courtroom as the second worst experience of their lives, circumcision being the first. Ooh, that might replace number 48, which was the one I was originally looking for. Well, my God, number 45 that I just read, that might need to replace number 48. What is number 48, you ask? People from Brooklyn grow up with a certain common sense. If it doesn't ring true, it's not true. There you have it. And I'm glad I looked it up, because what I thought it was, I didn't realize that the whole quote started with the thing about Brooklyn. I was just looking for the, yeah, if it doesn't sound true, or if it doesn't ring true, that's because it's not. Okay. Let me close that tab along with the other ones, so we don't have any of that. Okay. So now we're at the portion of the program. The only other thing I want to say before we start playing the audio, well, that is this. I learned, I think yesterday, that listening to QUEENBEE, and I think it was Ellie, who said she had, this kind of piqued her curiosity about where had Uni come from, and because I think many people have heard that, he's been in several different communities. Beat him. As a person from Brooklyn, you agree? Hey, Kit, how you doing? Well, I have no clue. Your comment, don't ask me why that would be, because that blows me away. Don't get that one. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, yes. Let's just say that if you were someone who would fabricate a scenario like this, as I believe he is, and yeah, I said it, that doesn't mean that I hate the man. That doesn't mean that I'm saying he's, a horrible person who doesn't deserve to be on YouTube. No. I'm just calling out what I see as absolute, clear, and obvious bullshit from beginning to end. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But my opinion is we will never see the light of day. I think this was completely fabricated. I think it started snowballing and it's gotten way out of pocket. But I think it probably did exactly what he wanted, which was, let's think about this. What is the channel that people go to when they want to be seen? See, this is another reason I will never be. I don't want to work this hard to build a channel. I have no problem sitting on here and running my mouth and doing what I'm doing now. What a lot of people want to do is what I think he did. I kind of like Mallory did. Let's see. Well, my goodness, what channel in this particular part of YouTube? Well, what channel is it that pretty much no matter what time of the day or night goes live? Anywhere between 700 and 1,100 people in the chat without fail. QUEENBEE? Yeah, like I truly believe, I think that's what he did. I think he wanted more visibility. And I don't know how many subs he has, but does he have as many as QUEENBEE? I do know he has multiple channels. And I think that if I was going to concoct a scenario like this, well, my goodness, who is the perfect fall guy? Could it be the convicted felon, ex-con, known for a lot of gross, stalkery, nasty shit like this, who, is reviled and despised by many people in this community? Who could you use as the bad guy, if we were writing this little YouTube play, let's just say we're writing a screenplay. Well, I don't know, but I don't think B. Tim would be who I'd pick for my, let's see, let's see. Who's a great guy that I could pick, who I could make some bullshit, overblown scenario that, by the way, I'm not going to show any proof of. Well, yeah, let's pick him because everybody knows he's a dirtbag. Ding, 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 ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the Reverend Donna Serafina. I'm not psychic. I don't see into the future. I try to see into the past. If more of these people did that, we'd have a lot less bullshit on here. But I think, and listen, if JLR spontaneously combusted while I was walking next to him, holding my venti skinny vanilla soy latte hot from Starbucks, I wouldn't do this and let him have a cast off drop. No, I wouldn't. Oh, it brings to mind, and oh my God, this is one of the best quotes of all time. I wish it had been mine. It is not. And I don't know who it was, but I fucking love this. I'm not saying that I hate you, but I would unplug your life support to charge my cell phone. Now you tell me, JLR, I think in Uni's mind, nobody's gonna, either one or two or both. Nobody's going to give a shit because I'm gonna say it's JLR. Nobody is going to question it because I'm gonna say it's JLR. And this looks a lot like his resume, so to speak. So there you go. I think what he wanted, which is going to be very evident after listening to this call where I don't know which red flag, this was, but the fact that he repeatedly wants to have a discussion about something that would be very serious. Only on a live stream. Yes, he only wants to communicate on a live stream with all of YouTube to watch. I mean, listen, seriously, y'all cannot be this dumb, okay? Because in my opinion, everyone should be erring on the side of he's full of shit. However, if you can give me some solid, tangible proof that refutes all this other shit that very much points to you being full of shit and this being concocted, okay. Not the other way around. Because if you believe any of this, especially the good parts, well, I hope you don't have children that are going to be teenagers one day because, whoo, you might want to go take a class on, bullshittery, fuckery. I don't know. God, maybe I should have one of those. How to spot a strange story from a mile away. Okay. Oh, and then I found out this. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about before we get right into it. Now, I knew that Uni had several channels. I guess there's Uni Rock, Uni Rock Live, Rock a Lot. Okay, Uni Rock a Lot. I know I've heard him say he's a gamer. I don't know if that's on another channel. And he seems to have every damn social platform there is. But he wants you to believe that he doesn't know how to use a fucking email to reach out to Queen Bee. Oh, by the way, Uni, I don't know Queen Bee at all. Just you know, listening, being in her chat. I've gone on panel once or twice. I really like her. I do. I don't give a shit what her criminal record is either. There's something about her that I just find her to be there is something magnetic about her personality. I don't know, I just like her. So, but I don't have any inside pipeline to get a hold of her. No, I hear what is said, I don't know, I think every episode, probably multiple times. And I looked on her about section where her email is. And let me tell you, and this is hand to God, I'll put my hand on a stack of Bibles. Well, hell, I don't have to do that. I could show the email. I reached out to her this morning. And it was from my Fashionistas, Felons, and Fruit Loops Proton email. And I had to put in the subject line, it's Lisa from Crimes and Fashion. And I just said, hi, I was hoping I could, I'm dying to do a watch and react on this. And I am not kidding you. I figured that maybe within a couple days I'd hear back from her if I was lucky. I actually reached out to Heels in the Air to see if she knew a quicker way to get in touch, so to speak. Because I know how bad I am about checking my damn emails. You guys, this morning, I haven't checked them in a little 2.5 days, maybe. I had over 1,000 emails. That's from too much online shopping and, getting the discount codes if you give them your email. So, of course, I give them, every friggin' email I have and do a bunch of separate transactions. She had gotten back with me. I am not kidding you. It was less than an hour. So you're telling me that he had no idea how to get a hold of her except on tagging her and then jumping on her. Oh, and interestingly enough, he kept saying, I'll be happy. Uni, dude, climb back down off that Hollywood sign. Okay, dude, you seem to think you're some kind of a celebrity. You are not. You're not. Okay? God, you are so easy to read. I don't get it. Okay, so I think that's all I need to say. I think I hit all the highlights, and now take it away. I think I hope you guys packed a lunch because we might be here a minute. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, I've got it queued up to, I think, just maybe less than 2 minutes before Uni jumps on panel, where he happened to be live streaming from Kick. And B-Tam, good for you. I'm so glad you caught that. I mean, honest to God, if this is the kind of shit you are willing to do, all in the name of whatever you think you got going on. Listen, I know I got on my channel, like, it's invisible. Nobody knows me. But I just do this for fun, okay? But let me tell you something. Nobody knows you either. Your people know you. In the big scheme of YouTube, dude, you're not famous, and you're not going to be famous. And I'm about to tell you all the reasons why I think that's so. Okay, so this is about 2 minutes before he hops on, and I think what I'll do is, y'all, you're going to have to bear with me because I'm going to try and let it go as long as I can before I've got to stop it and then start screaming. But I'll try and keep it to a minimum. All right, let's see here. We're going to share screen. I'm going to use that. Okie dokie. Here we
in another live stream, or he already talked about it, that no, there were no threats of harm.
Can you hear it okay?
But I was like, people don't have time to watch every one of your long streams, you know? So you should rededicate that throughout your stream so that people know that,
tell me.
Or
well, yeah. So 2 days ago, he said Queen Bee Escobar. So 2 days ago, just to inform you, JLR brought you up in the letter he sent my mother after he and Betty doxed her. The letter is pure harassment, so I wanted to inform you of this.
I'm so glad I looked at the comments in the chat, which I'm usually terrible about. The other thing I forgot to mention, and holy shit, if this didn't seal my thoughts, I believe it was Ellie who said, I think it was yesterday, that, you know, her curiosity kind of got piqued when all this just keeps evolving ever more. And she said that she started doing a little digging to see where Uni, because I guess, you know, word on the street was, oh yeah, he's been in several different communities before landing here, or maybe simultaneously, I don't know. Flat earthers, which really are, that is so dumb. I'm not even gonna offer thoughts on that because it's not worth it. I'm dismissing that out of pocket. But the one that piqued my interest and made me say, oh, holy shit, some of this makes sense now. The makeup community. Which I know a lot about, because trust and believe, before I came to this part of YouTube, I was a huge fan of the makeup community. Possibly the only community more toxic, hateful, and dramatic than this one. Yes, I was very much there and living for Jeffree Star when he was with Nate. What was the girl? Oh God, she had the most annoying voice. She was from Alabama. Was her name Laura? Cute girl. Jaclyn Hill came out with the palette, the whole nine. I'm just giving you kind of like the time frame. So I know all about the makeup world. I know about the Tati and KJ thing. And I have heard many times now that he was kind of like, let's say I've read online that he perhaps did a little bit of, we'll just call it side work for Katie Joy. I mean, I know he's straight because he's got a partner and I believe children. Going back to that thing, like, you know, where I try and picture any of the men in my life willingly participating in the makeup world. Laura Lee, yes, Laura Lee. Oh, Manny, no, I was never a fan of him. Laura Lee got on my last damn nerve. I couldn't stand that syrupy voice. Oh God. Oh, it's taking me back. Bad vibes. So yeah, it just makes this make a little more sense. Okay.
I'll explain live. If you want me to jump up on your panel for a few minutes or talk to you off your live air, let us know, Uni. And at that point, he was already live. When I got the screenshot, he had like 142 people or 141 people or whatever in his chat talking about it, discussing this, and was live about it already. So there was really no need.
I agree. That's why I said I agree with everything everyone's feeling. I just wanted to share with you what I asked and the answer I got.
Well, yeah, but then
that was very important.
But then see, this makes it, I mean, this confuses me too, because then it says 23 hours ago, Queen Bee Escobar, you're in the Discord. I tagged you, but you never responded. Still waiting for you. Confused at why you.
Listen, y'all, for the sake of time, I'm not going back. You guys all know how this went down. And if there's anybody who happens to be here that doesn't, ask somebody in the chat. They'll tell you.
You said I didn't reach out. You didn't reach out though. I can't find it. I cannot find the tag. And I cannot, I don't see it anywhere. I don't see, I don't see it. I don't know where the fuck it's at. And I don't know why not send a personal message or an email or something if this is what's going on. I mean, I'm pretty fucking concerned. I would like to know
what he knows this now. But
so
he was acting as if he didn't understand why your supporters and you were so upset over it. Like he didn't get it.
Yeah, and Uni, if that's true, which I don't think it is, but if that is true, well, I mean, next we meet, I'll get my crayons out and I'll try to draw it for you. But listen, the whole thing just defies logic, every bit of it. But for any man to pretend that he doesn't understand why, well, I'll just tell you how I would have handled it. If that had happened, I don't give a damn if it was unsigned, if it was written in blood, if it was written in crayon, if it was done in an email. I don't give a damn what form or fashion said communication came in. Whether it was anonymous or whether it was supposedly signed by JLR. Any person who was named, whether I knew them or not, I would absolutely do everything within my ability to reach out to any other person, and where you thought it was a good place to start, that would have been my absolute last resort. Only after sending emails, doing everything I could to get in touch with that person privately behind the scenes, because that's what a normal person does. And you know that. Moving on.
And then at one point in the stream, he said, oh, okay, so they're upset that I didn't reach out privately, but I didn't get the rest of it.
Why would that be?
Well,
yeah, my question
if it's about me and my fucking kids, why are you or me and acting it? You know what I'm saying? Or why would you write a community post and go live about it and say, hey, I'll jump on your panel? Why? You know what I'm saying? I guess I just don't understand why he wouldn't come to me privately and be like, hey, this is pretty important. You know, they've been doxing and harassing. He knows they've been doxing. He knows the shit they've been pulling. He knows the harassment they've been pulling on me and shit. So I guess I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm confused.
And
maybe
I want to
find the fucking tag. I don't know where the fuck to look. I'm not very smart with Discord. You know, like I don't know Discord like that. So I don't know what the fuck.
Okay.
And what I want to say is people were pointing that out to him.
Man, hold on. Is it?
Yeah, I'm just stating for the record, Your Honor. I have never been on Discord. You can bet your ass I'm never going there. To me, that shit is like the dark web of YouTube. There is nothing in this world that's ever getting my ass to Discord. So that's number one. Number two, correct me if I'm wrong, but was Discord not, at least in the beginning, mainly like a gamer platform? But this man who's got every social media platform, who is a gamer, wants you to think that, well, it's very hard to tag someone in Discord. I don't really know how to do it either. I'm calling bullshit on that. Oh, this damn mouse. Sorry.
I think this is him, Uni Rock right here, but it's the background, but I don't see him here. Oh, there. Okay. All right. I see you there. I seen the background, but I didn't see you there. I'm sorry about
that. To see. Hold on. I want to see how many are in the chat at this moment in time. Oh shit, it doesn't tell me. Okay, never mind. There was a lot. I was there.
That.
No, you're good. Sorry, I just got in. I get paid on the 1st from the Army, so I'm really busy around the 1st. So.
Okay, here's right out of the gate. Let me get this straight, Uni. And I am not disputing at all that he gets paid on the 1st. Great. But he's going to assert this at several points in this conversation. Basically, what I'm getting from him is, despite the fact that he's got every fucking social media platform there is and seems quite proficient at using them, well, he doesn't use any online internet banking. He apparently sits down with paper bills, like a stack of them, I guess. And, you know, I'm sure that they vary greatly from month to month. You know, like, I'm sure he probably has no idea how to budget for said recurring bills like, I don't know, electric, gas, water, food, mortgage, cell phone, insurance, Louboutin bill. You get the picture. Yeah, he's so he gets paper bills, like a whole stack of them, it sounds like. And then it sounds like he actually sits down with a paper checkbook and has to start writing out bills. This is, I mean, my God, right out of the gate, it's like, are you kidding me right now? I mean, let me tell you something, and this is no lie. My parents and my in-laws, who are in their mid-70s to mid-80s, I wish somebody would tell my mother-in-law, like, I want to find a way to stop letting her know how to do all the shit she knows how to do on a cell phone. I mean, this is just such a load of shit.
It's okay. I was just kind of curious, like, what the hell's going on? Why can't I can't find this fucking tag. I don't know if I'm like, where the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. It feels stupid.
Okay. No, you're fine. Discord is really stupid. So anyway, yeah, I didn't jump on stream because everybody flipped out on me for saying that I should have come to you, like, you know, behind the scenes. That's why I didn't come over to your stream yet. I figured I'd get criticized if I tried. But since
you know what? It's the way he speaks too. Okay, and I've listened to him many times. Everything with him, you can tell what he's trying to do. It's like he's thought this out ahead of time and he's trying to think. It's like I can almost see him strategizing in his head. He's trying to think 2 steps ahead of her, which, sir, I wish you luck in that department. And it's the way he is speaking that sounds disingenuous to me, as well as what he's saying. Well, I didn't jump on stream because I thought I would be criticized for that. What the fuck? I mean, no. What you say is, listen, I'm sorry. The reason it took me so long to get over here and try and reach out to you like this is because, man, I've been getting my ass ripped from Maine to Spain. So I figured I'd wait until calmer heads prevailed. Give me a fucking break, Uni. God almighty. Listen. Say whatever you want about me. You call me a bitch. Call me whatever you want. But I can't stand a liar. And what I really hate is for somebody to piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. And by the way, I own the only outlet in the world that sells umbrellas. Bullshit.
You're talking about it, yeah, if you want to jump in Discord, like, I don't even know how to tag you. Like, I'm trying, like, other people are like trying to help me right now.
Okay, so let me get this straight. We've got Twitter, we've got multiple emails, we've got Kick. I think, did he say Twitch at one time? But he doesn't know how to tag somebody in fucking Discord. Bullshit. Oh, yes, curious idea. He is so condescending, and it's all this false, this fake piousness. It's like he does it because he does it. He's not doing it like I am, because mine's coming from emotion. To me, his is coming from a script, okay? I'm sorry, that's the way I see it. He does not sound like he is speaking. I mean, look at the reaction it's provoking in me, okay? And I'm not even an interested party. You know why? Because I don't like a liar and I don't like a bullshitter. And I hate for anyone to insult my intelligence, especially people who I don't think are as intelligent as I am. And I'm not saying that about him. I'm just saying in general. But, you know, it's interesting that he just, yeah, it sounds like he is reading from a playbook rather than coming at it from the natural, like I am. And not to say that he should be screaming. I'm not saying that. But I'm sorry, it sounds contrived and it's condescending. And it's almost like, you know, oh, well, you know, because I'm so calm and even toned. What's the problem? Bullshit. Yeah, curious idea. Exactly. He can listen. We could just, you know, drop the mic right there. This guy has got every social media platform there is with followers. But boy, my goodness, he couldn't figure this one out. Oh, Discord is hard. Shut the fuck up. Oh, chaos. Tell me. Spill. What's it look like? Okay, moving on.
So there's a function where I can reply in Discord, and then you can click the
also,
reply.
When somebody uses, when an explanation will suffice in 5 words, but you feel the need to use 55 words, that also tells me somebody's like doing a little bit of a mental dance up here in their head. Okay, chaos, I will.
And it'll take you straight up, even if it's like 7 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, why don't we talk?
I mean, 2 days ago, but see, this is the thing, baby. This is what I was saying. So it says Queen Bee Esquire just to.
And Queen Bee, I'm just gonna say right now, yeah, we're gonna be here for a month. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm looking for Betty's pink hair on my phone. I think Queen Bee, honestly, she gave him way more respect than I would have in this situation. See, this is why I like her, because it comes across that she's not buying it, but only if you're listening for it. And she was like, I think she was more respectful. Let me rephrase what I said a second ago about she was more respectful to him than he deserved. That's not for me to say. If it was me, I can promise you that conversation would not have gone like that.
Confirm you, jailer brought you up in the letter he sent to my mother, and he and Betty doxed them. The letter is pure harassment, so I wanted to inform you of this, and I'll explain live. If you want me to jump on your panel for a few or talk to you off air, let us know. I just kind of was like, damn. And then when I got the screenshot of it, you were already live. So I was like, well, what the hell? Like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, these motherfuckers are, you know, crazy as hell, and they're doing stupid shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Wow. Ooh, well, apparently girlfriend really loves it a lot. I can tell you, well, now, after looking at this picture, that pretty much blows her assertion that, well, my hair just looks like this because I don't blow dry it. Yeah, that's not, oh God, Betty, Jesus. You're right, Chaos Cotton Candy. Bitch, this isn't about you. Sit down. We'll deal with you later.
Shit to you, they've done all this stupid shit.
That?
To me. I was like, what? Your community tab. That's a post on your community.
Okay. No, I'm going to it. Okay, so I wrote that days ago. So, okay.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. So then I was like, what the hell? So I still didn't hear anything from you, and I'm like, what the hell? So I reached out to you on Twitter.
Okay, I wrote that a little bad. I was, upset. My mother was really fucking upset. You could probably imagine.
I wrote that a little bad. Very strange. And listen, I've listened to him enough that piques my curiosity, that phrasing, because it just doesn't sound, it sounds strange to me.
Imagine, right? But I read, okay, so I don't know if you did, like the original video is me getting off the phone with my mother, right? And then going into Discord, trying to tag you, trying to, you know, figure out what to do. And then going live a little while later. I don't want to say it was like 4 hours later. That's what I remember, but
who fucking cares?
so anyway,
4
yeah,
hours,
no, I mean,
4 minutes.
I didn't, I know I wrote that really bad. It was because I wasn't thinking. I was just pissed. I was just got off the phone. You know, me and my mom don't talk, you know, too often. So,
well, I'm sure
like,
that was probably a shocker too, to get
talk.
that kind of fucking news, you know, and you're like, God damn, what the hell?
Yeah. So that's why, like, I wrote that really bad. I do that sometimes. Again, you know, I try not to, but
that,
you know.
and then so I was like, what the hell, you know? So I got that screenshot, and I was like, well, fuck you.
I wrote that really bad. I do that sometimes. I try not to. I mean, it's just bizarre.
He's live. I don't really want to go over there and ruin your live or take over your live or say anything like that.
Wouldn't have.
What I'm getting from this is that what he wants you to believe is that he has no idea in this world, as a whole grown-ass man who I'm assuming is in his mid to late 30s to mid 40s somewhere, who, by the way, has been a member of the armed services. And he wants you to believe that he just had no idea how to handle this besides going live on social media. Okay.
Host you. I would have loved to host you that stream, but you know, I understand why you didn't.
What the hell is that? He is talking like he's not even a real fucking person. I would have loved to have hosted you for that stream. What the? I mean, help me out here. Am I being too hard on him? What? Because I'm sorry. This is all, to me, such contrived bullshit. That's what it is. I mean, who talks like that? I would have loved to have hosted you on a live stream. I mean, do we push 3 to get back to the real person? What? God. Yeah, gee, Kathy, I wonder why that is. That he won't address anything unless it's on a live. Yeah.
Because I would have thought the same thing in your position.
Well,
but
yeah,
so you know,
you know what it reminds me of? The whole time I'm listening to this, in my head, I keep hearing, does he think he's like fucking Kofi Annan from, you know, the United Nations? Is he think he's a diplomat? Is he solving YouTube world peace? Is he brokering a peace deal between the Israelis and the Palestinians? What's he doing here? It's just so damn contrived and condescending. And Uni, if you truly didn't know how to handle this any better than this, please hit me up. You can hit me. Just hop on a live stream the next time you see me streaming. I can recommend a few books that you might want to read, just so you'll, you know how to handle things like, you know, a whole grown-up should something like this very unfortunately happen again.
And then I was like, oh shit, he'll reach out. It's okay. So I mean, I checked my email and I didn't get no emails, and I was like, fuck you. You know, somebody said you tagged me.
Yeah, and let's not forget that part. Shame on you, okay? You come out with this very dramatic bullshit community post, and I would imagine, at least in the beginning, well, if I was Queen Bee, I think I'd have lost a little bit of sleep over this, because you don't know. You know that this guy's a damn convicted felon, doesn't seem to always have both oars in the water. But you just, you know, throw some dumbass grenade out here. I'm sorry, that's the long and the short of it. Even if she wasn't a parent, okay, but she is. It's just disgusting. It really is. Shame on you for letting her have 1 minute of wondering what the hell is in that note. And then, of course, you know, you need to believe that, okay, I'll even take this walk with him and go this far. Okay, let's say mom does not have any ability whatsoever to take a picture and then get it over to him immediately. Well, I don't know. Logic tells you. In fact, I've had to do this several times in my life with my own mother. Like back in the day before we had, cell phones and cameras, instant access. Because, there have been points in time when I've used my parents' address for something. And if a piece of mail, in fact, one time I had something with the state of Florida. Yeah, it was some corporate documents. And I used that address for a registered agent at one time. And I mean, this has been years ago. My son was like in elementary school. And well, most people, if you get something from the Division of Corporations, Sunbiz, Department of Revenue, who you pay your sales tax to, well, when you get letters like that, typically they're not telling you, they're not making a veiled threat or making someone else think that they've received a veiled threat on your behalf. But yeah, it goes a little something like this. Hey, Mom, what are you doing? Oh, hey, listen, there's a letter here from blah, blah. So what do you want me to do? You want me to mail it to you, or you want me to just hold on to it until the next time you're down here? Well, depending on who it's from. Oh, it's from the Department of Revenue. Yeah, open it up and tell me what it says. Oh, okay. It says that you paid your sales tax late and you owe a $50 fine. Okay, thanks, Mom. I'll get it next time I'm there. Give me a fucking break. This is all such bullshit.
So I was like, let me go look. Then I seen on your community tab, it tags me again, says you're in the Discord. I tagged you, but you never responded. I'm still waiting for you. Confused at why you said I didn't reach out. So then I went to go search for the tab and I can't find it either. So I was like, what the hell? So
Discord's really dumb. Like it honestly is just really, it's really complicated.
Discord is really dumb. So therefore, quite naturally, because Discord is so dumb that and hard to navigate and use, so that is quite naturally the one and only place that I am going to use in an attempt to reach out to you and let you know that, one of the biggest freaks on YouTube who's known for stalking people, who spent 13 years in federal prison. Yeah, why the hell would I go to your community page? Why would I go to your about page and use your email when I can use Discord that's very difficult to use? Shut the fuck up. God almighty, this is pissing me off more. The more I listen to it, the more pissed it's making me.
Complicated. It's hard
so
to
fuck
use.
here I am. Well, I thought you already tagged me, and here I am thinking I'm fucking stupid, can't figure it out. I was like, I hate Discord anyways.
No.
I was like, I can't fucking figure
Trust
it
me.
out. I really don't know what
I only use it because you have to nowadays. Everyone and their mom uses it. Like
bullshit. I have never fucking been on Discord. I'm never going to be on Discord. And anybody who needs to track me down, well, they can use the good old-fashioned email. Oh, well, hey, if all else fails, you could, do what all the rest of them do. Been verified, detectives. My God. Girl, I tell you what, the more I listen to this, the more props I give you for being able to maintain your cool and composure for the length of time that he wanted to just basically lie to your face, in my opinion.
Like other big creators and stuff. So you eventually have to switch to it. But yeah, it's very hard. Even if you have your own server. Anyway,
what the fuck does having your own server do with? So let me get this straight. Every social media platform and a gamer. But listen, everybody out there, hey, if you need to get a hold of me, well, if you don't know how to use Discord, then get a carrier pigeon, do what the Vatican does, send up smoke signals when we elect a new pope. I don't know. But whatever you do not try to email me at the email that's on my about page, okay? That's just there for shits and giggles.
all I wanted you to know about this letter, and like I said, I wanted to talk to you about it behind the scenes, not because
why didn't you?
of the community response, but just because, you know, I just didn't want to wait, because again, the first.
Then why didn't you reach out via email? It defies logic, which means it's not true, in my opinion.
Thing we've all done when they do this kind of stuff is inform everybody in a responsible way. I did talk to my family, my lawyer, and my mother before I did the stream, right? Now, the reason that
let me just say, the only things I have heard him allude to this letter saying, because he kind of had to do a little bit of backpedaling, and because now he knows that the whole community thinks he's like a flaming douche. Now he's, you know, for the very threatening. Well, if it was so threatening, why didn't you figure it out? Well, now he's got to kind of, you know, backpedal from that one. And, well, it's not quite as, you know, you weren't mentioned in any direct way, in any threatening way. Well, let me tell you something. Based on everything I've heard him actually say out of his mouth about this thing, it is not, you didn't need a fucking lawyer. It's not against the law to send someone a letter, okay? It's creepy, but it's not against the law. And any police station, whether you walk down there with your mom, your dad, your brother, your family legal team that you've got on retainer, yeah, it would have gone a little something like this. What's the problem, sir? Oh, your mother got this in the mail. Oh, you're a world famous YouTuber? Okay, hold on 1 minute. It would have gone one of two ways. First scenario. Oh, my goodness, sir. Please take a seat with right over there. A detective will be right out to speak with you. Or oh, Janice, would you do me a favor? Would you grab me a cup of coffee when you're going back on your way to the break room? Sir, what exactly is it that you would like us to do here? It's not, sir, it's not against the law for him to send a letter to your mother. Oh, but I'm a world famous YouTuber, and God almighty, like, fuck off with all that.
Didn't, you know, pursue you more, like behind the scenes beforehand, was because, and I explained this in the video. I don't like, I think there's some like other YouTube content creators that might have rushed to talk about this before actually watching my video, which I don't blame them. I've done that before too. But
this thing
you're
that he does, okay?
alongside.
He is this false modesty and false piety, and oh, it's the backhanded insult where it's like, well, I think maybe some other content creators, you know, they might have rushed because they didn't watch my video, but that's okay. I've done things like that myself. This is so disingenuous, my God. Jesus God. I mean, this is just the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Of Molly and Betty and like a bunch of other creators. No, I'm not going to try to name them until I have the letter in my hands.
What?
And you guys are mentioned in the whole letter is basically like childish babble.
Okay, which is it? Pick a fucking lane. Because before it was, how did he phrase it? Harassment in the, how did he put that? He can't seem to pick a lane. It, like, depending on who the audience is and who's listening and how receptive they are, seems to be how he phrases things. It's all bullshit, in my opinion.
But you guys are mentioned in a very like weird way, and I'm not quite sure yet. Like I said, when I did the stream, I hadn't seen the letter.
Weird, okay? Because some people would define weird, like I would, as any grown adult person, flunky loser on YouTube who would take the time out of their day to take a piece of paper and some writing implement and scribble something and spend $300 on a stamp or whatever the hell they cost nowadays. You know, some people like me would consider that incredibly creepy because it's just weird. I mean, maybe your definition is, well, he didn't say that he was gonna, you know, wait in the bushes for you and then want to have a talk with you in said bushes.
It was read to me by my mother on the phone. And a couple days later, I go to my mom's and I actually read the letter.
That
but
I don't believe.
still, I don't know.
You
Like, I can't figure out why you.
Let me get this straight. It was very threatening. It was pure harassment. That's how we put it. So something that's pure harassment that you believe and have asserted came from JLR, a known convicted felon who's done over a decade in prison. And dude, if my mom lived in another state and that was the only way I had to get that thing in my hand, you know, we don't even have Betty's fax machine to use. Well, I'm getting in my car and I'm leaving the minute I can, and I'm going to get that letter. So I'm calling bullshit on that too.
You guys were all mentioned, not just when I say you guys. You were the only
yeah, because
one.
I was gonna say I done took a picture of that fucker right there.
Yeah, and sent it over.
Well,
yeah, and also
I
I put in the back chat just in case in the future this QUEENBEE's email in the back. She responds to all.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, if you got my email, baby, I'll send it over, put it in the back chat, send it to your wife, or send it. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to drop.
Yeah, I'll give it to her right now. But just
so
you know,
are you up here? Are you up here, honey? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I am. I'm confused though because yesterday I watched his live stream yesterday.
Because I didn't get a chance to. I'm sorry.
And he did say
Hey,
yesterday
Nanya.
that he got the letter.
She's not standing for this shit. She's gonna do it not quite as voraciously as I'm doing it right now, but I understand that they were. Listen, if I were live on panel with him, I would not be screaming at him the way I'm doing it now. But I would be saying all the exact same things. I would just be doing it much more politely, much like the good Nanya did it. Listen, there's an art to holding someone's feet to the fire and not allowing them to sell you a load of bullshit while still maintaining civility.
So why did he just?
Oh,
say
I
he
did.
doesn't
Did
have
I?
the letter yet?
No, I didn't say that I got the letter. I don't know
You
if you need to go
absolutely
rewatch
do,
it.
Uni. I will go pull the timestamp right
Go
now.
pull it. Pull the timestamp and listen to it. Yeah, we'll
Okay,
listen to
I'll
the
be
whole
right
thing
back,
in
Queen,
context.
and I'll send you
Okay,
the
see you
I
then.
get the impression that everything in this guy's life, does he live like every waking conscious moment on some form of social media? Because that's the impression I'm getting. Because even that response, it's like everything, every back and forth with him, it's all like, well, get the timestamp or this video or this live stream or this. It's just bizarre. It's like you'd almost think that he has never had to function in a world where we didn't have all this shit. And I promise you, he has lived in a time when we didn't have all this electronic communication. Dare I say he's probably lived in the time when we had landlines, and not only did we have landlines, they had big long cords on them. That's just my guess.
Okay, great. Let me talk to Queen for a second, and then we can handle that.
Condescending,
No, I don't have the
backhanded,
letter, so I don't know if she's talking about like
rude.
you know maybe she saw a clip out of context, but I didn't say I have.
That is something that pisses me off. And not just him. I've seen other people do this. When you are a guest on someone's channel, who are you to tell someone else who comes on the panel? Like, it's not his job to be telling the good Nanya. Okay, now let me talk to Queen.
Had it. I'm not lying about the letter. I don't know if that's Nunya's point. Oh, he's lying about the letter, so I'm gonna, go through everything he said about it and get him on it. But no, maybe I misspoke, but I didn't. I don't believe I did. So anyway, hold on.
Okay.
I'm saving Queen's email first before I do anything else. Okay, hold up. I don't use email a lot though, just so you know.
That,
Now,
Oh.
I'll give you
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
personal
say I don't
email,
know what
please.
live stream she's talking about, but I'll pull it up if you guys if you need me to. I mean,
that's
Yeah,
whatever.
we can do
was.
that. We can do that. If you want to host me to sit here and talk about this whole
If there it is again. If you want to host me, what the fuck? Host me? Hey, nonsense. And listen, what's funny about this? And I promise you guys, I do not know anything about Uni's history with anyone else on this platform. I did hear nonsense the other day. I did not even realize that they kind of had a common goal at one point. This is absolutely coming from me using my pure grown-up adult common sense and calling bullshit on what is. I promise you, if I went and pulled 10 random people out of the 7-Eleven parking lot and I gave them just the tiniest bit of backstory, and then I let them listen to some of this, and I said, here's your choice. Given everything I've told you, this scenario is 100% the gospel way it happened, and this is all true. Or number two, giving the circumstances I've just given you and what you've listened to, it's unmitigated bullshit done in furtherance of some agenda. I don't know what his agenda is. I mean, I could take a guess.
whole thing, I can do that in a few hours. I can't do it right now. I've only got like another maybe 10 minutes.
Everybody, look at your watches, please. He's only got another 10 minutes. Well, I'm pretty sure we go past the 10-minute timeline.
I shouldn't even be on right now. I'm just
Yeah,
trying
well,
to
no,
talk to
that's
you.
fine. We ain't even got to. I mean, it ain't even got to be a whole host thing. We can just chat about it here, and then that's
Yeah, you're in the
it.
middle
yeah,
of you're in the middle of a lot.
He must have to get all his paper bills out and start writing paper checks because it's the first of the month.
Live, right now on Kick.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Scumbag moment of the entire call. B-Tim, mad props to you for catching that. That was absolutely the sleaziest, dude. The possible tiny shred of credibility you could have possibly had with some of the people on here who weren't quite willing to go all the way yet and call it unmitigated bullshit. That right there, yeah, that's why I said I'm pretty sure you're in that thumbnail picture of that big giant hole, like you build for a well in your backyard. Yeah, that was the point at which you fell right into the hole with Avery Shannon, and somebody up here took pity and said, there you go, there's a teaspoon, good luck when you need a spade and shovel. Yep, that was it. That is the point at which, in my mind, no one who has any reasoning skills, executive functioning, yeah, that was the point he lost every shred of credibility. He didn't even have the decency to say, it should have been, hi, God, I'm so glad I'm finally able to get with you. And just so you know, I'm actually on Kick right now, live streaming this for content. Absolute horrible. The most, that is a dirtbag move that should go down in the Hall of Fame of, at least somewhere in the Hall of Fame of YouTube dirtbaggery. Hey, Mothership, how are you? Oh God. Okay, moving on.
let's.
Oh, okay, I was say you ain't streaming us, are you? You're not doing a.
I think he is.
I'm on Kick, yeah, but I have a thing I need to talk to my audience about.
Doesn't your crystal ball work? Oh, sorry, no pun intended. I really didn't mean that, but But yeah, it's kind of apropos. Maybe you should call your friend Katie Joy and ask if you can borrow her crystal ball, because you should have seen that one coming, Queen Bee. Like, just another layer of disingenuous to add to the cake of condescension.
And then I can come over here and work with you guys if you want. But
work with you guys.
Anyway,
what are you working
what
on?
else was I saying about the email thing?
Building a story. I think you already did that. Now you need to focus on selling it. You've already built it, in my opinion.
I was gonna say, hold on, yeah, because well, do
you want me to end it or something? Because
no,
you're streaming, aren't you?
Hell no! I want you to use me and all my subs and everybody in my chat to get your what do they call that? Like, I know there's secondhand embarrassment. Do they have like secondhand street cred? Clout. That's what they call it. Clout. Yeah, I'm back. Listen, I'm old. When I hear the word clout, it somewhat means the same thing, but I come from a time where real clout was knowing real people with influence. God, the more I listen to it, the more it pisses me off, because it's just insulting. That's what it is. It is insulting to anyone who has a modicum of intelligence.
Yeah, I'm on here. I'm on my own fucking live stream. Yeah,
Okay.
what do you mean I'm streaming?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm running.
Okay, yeah, but I don't know why. I just figured. Well, I mean, I jumped over because I went live to talk to the peeps for a second, let them know.
How the fuck was she supposed to know that? Crystal ball? Anyone?
Was going on, and that someone is telling me immediately, hey, Queen's asking about you or something. So I came over here really quick.
No, I think it went a little more like, he keeps going live. I'm still waiting for him to reach out to me like a normal person would do.
Talk to you for a second, just to link with you. So, because I guess there's a misunderstanding about the letter or something. Like, I'm just trying to hook you guys up and plan to talk to you guys when we can.
What the fuck does that mean? I'm just trying to hook you guys up and talk about the letter. I mean, dude, are you a real person or are you like a Stepford person? I think the bandwidth has gotten to you or something. You do not speak. To me, it all sounds contrived. It's like he sat down and plotted this out, and much like his paper bills that he writes, paper checks, and has to spend many hours on the first of the month getting straightened around. Yeah, he probably sat down and was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I say this. If she says this, I say that. Yeah, that's just the impression I get. None of this is normal human being talk. Not from him.
Okay, hold up. So the problem with the email. Yeah.
Kathy P, absolutely.
Yeah, what's up?
This was all done.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm
in my kick stream. I'll just restart it after this.
Oh, girl.
Okay, I'm off the air. There we go. We're done. So,
I'm just kind of confused. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, did you get a picture? Do you have the letter with you? Do you have it?
No. No, I explained this fully. So Friday,
to who?
What's that?
Okay, you didn't. I thought you. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought
this letter that is depending on who he's talking to at what time. It's anything from no big deal. I just thought you should know because you were mentioned in the most benign kind of way, all the way down here where it's pure harassment and stalkery and creepy. It just, nothing he is saying makes any logical sense. It just doesn't.
I thought you said you went over and got the letter.
I read the letter. I read the letter. I went and read the letter at my mother's. She's taking it to file a police report. She was supposed to do it yesterday. So I'm about to find out what's going on with that here in a minute. But when she's done, I'm taking it.
So wherever his mother lives, and I don't care, none of my business, but wherever it is, it's within driving distance, and he drives there, and he does not take a picture. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It is absolutely absurd.
It to my attorney, and then I'll give it to the whole internet. That's what I said Friday. That's what everybody told me to do. So what's
I will bet a pair of Louboutins that this letter is never, ever, ever shown, and it's all going to be under the guise of this. Well, my attorney he's already mad that I even talked about it on the internet. We're following up with legal action, and I cannot say one word about this letter. So obviously I can't show it to you. That'd be my guess as to what's going to happen.
weird is I'm trying to go by.
I don't care about giving it to the whole internet. I mean, I was just kind of
how about just the person? How about just the person that you have repeatedly named and wanted to think that you must get in touch with her and speak to her, but only on a live stream?
Yeah, if you want it, if you need it for personal reasons or something, like I guess if you want to talk to me, like again.
Well, I mean, does it have my personal information in it or what?
She just wants to make 12,000 copies of it and like wallpaper her laundry room with it.
But I mean,
no, it mentioned your channel name next to Betty Molly. Exactly what I.
And why would that be? Why would that be? Since JLR is the proverbial thick as thieves with those two, who I'm pretty sure Queen Bee has never said anything complimentary about them. What, like, why would they all be lumped in together? It doesn't make any sense, does it?
I said Friday. That's the only time you're mentioned next to. Like I was trying to explain that, but okay.
Well,
Friday.
what was so difficult about explaining it? You just did. Like, I mean, I could have explained it like this. I mean, let me make sure it's, can you guys see that? Wait a minute, let me put it behind here. Can you see my little people? The one with the real shitty looking thing on top of its stick person head, that one's Betty. Yeah, like, oh God, I'm not picking that palette up again because I know I'm gonna break it and I really like it, and it was the only one there. Yeah, he's full of shit. Just absolute. This is just insanity.
I guess maybe I was confused because I mean, if there's any kind of like personal information or anything like that, I mean, you know,
I believe it.
Fuck, I got kids too. You know what I mean? I need to know if there's handwritten fucking letters and shit. I mean, I just don't want to.
Well, how do you think I feel? You know, I'm feeling the same way. I'm trying. I've never had to handle this before. This is the first time it's ever happened to me. I mean, streaming. People don't do this stuff. It's weird.
Well, I mean, I've never had to perform surgery in my kitchen before, but you know, oh, well, I heard Queen Bee talking about having to get a splinter out of one of her little ones, but well, that's kind of like kitchen surgery. You know, you just kind of, well, you know, you fall back on your life experience and you try and, I don't know, you try and muddle through and find some way that you could possibly, you know, figure out how to get through this. I mean, dude, listen, he is making this sound like he's been asked to explain quantum physics to the tragedy pimps. Like we're having a symposium. I mean, that is honestly like that's that's what he is making this sound like. The letter is shown. Wait, Tate, a letter is shown. What's that mean? Oh God, is that the potato girl? Oh please, I would. If that bitch said water was wet, I'd say prove it.
Weird, right?
Drown him.
That's weird as
But
fuck.
if she was just named without any personal information and stuff, right? Why did you find the need to tag her in public? Like, I gotta talk to you behind the scenes. It's important.
That's what everybody told me to do. I don't know what you mean. Like, I'm going off of everyone.
You're sure it's not for dramatic effect? It's because, quote, that's what everybody told me to do. Then you need to surround yourself with some smarter people.
I'm asking you what you're going
Yeah,
on.
no,
Suggestions.
that's why.
Meeting,
And as far as
no,
you like,
I didn't feel like.
Do we send in a proxy vote? Because you know, I'm like the registered agent for the board of Tragedy Pimps Inc. So just saying, you know, sometimes like when the members are out busy terrorizing people with missing and murdered loved ones, well, you know, when we got to have a board meeting, we have to have our yearly meeting. And if they can't be there to participate, well, they can give me their proxy vote. So maybe that's what you need.
Your words up, like, was this mixing your words up kind of like when you said like Bullhorn Betty was gonna.
Mixing your words up is, I'll have a skinny vanilla soy latte on ice when I really like to drink it hot.
That she caused a mistrial with an exclamation point. Yes, you did.
No,
in your thumbnail, you did.
Exactly.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't say it. It was in a thumbnail again. And
you said it in a thumbnail, yeah.
Oh,
that's what I said.
No, yeah, that's what.
Semantics. Welcome to
talking past.
Okay, so let's get this straight. When it comes down to clickbaiting thumbnails and titles, we're going to play semantics, and we are going to parse this down to the fucking syllable. But he can't figure out any way to have a conversation with someone whose email is clearly in their public about section. Okay,
it was in my thumbnail. Okay, and I went when Nick let me know about that, I fixed it immediately, right? So yeah, we're talking about one thumbnail out of hundreds or something. Yes. So yeah, I think we all make mistakes.
You misspeak. You just misspeak a lot, kind of.
No, I really don't. Give me some more examples. We've got two.
You better take that up with Navy, because I heard Navy say on, I think it was 2 days prior, that you misspeak a lot. And those were his words. I'm not making that up. We all misspeak. See, this is the disingenuous part right here. In my experience, people who find themselves in the hot seat, so to speak, and there's, you know, something like this going on. When people want to get bogged down in the minutia and split hairs over things that are not germane to anything that's being discussed, it's kind of, to me, like a way to take up some time and deflect from what's really going on.
But you just said you did a minute ago. You said, I do that often.
No, you said I do it a lot.
No, you said it just a couple minutes ago.
Your right-hand man, your agent, or whatever he is, said you do that a lot.
Before I came up here, you said,
no.
I tend to do that often.
Okay, if you want to yell at me, you're welcome to come on my show. Okay, well then let me finish with Queen really quick.
If you need to find out what somebody yelling at you sounds like, you come on over here. Trust me, I'll clear it all up for you. You won't make that mistake again.
So Friday we get the letter, right?
Right.
So my mom calls,
letter.
She tells me about it, and I go into Discord. I'm like, okay, what do I do? I didn't think that I needed to even do more than just.
You get this letter, which I'm presuming, of course, your mother would be upset. And the very first place you go is the place that you yourself 15 minutes ago, by the way, can anybody tell me how long he's been going on past his allotted 10-minute time that he had to deal with this? As I was saying, the very first place he goes after this very upsetting thing has happened, is straight to Discord, the place that he just said it's really hard. It's really dumb. I think that's how he put it. Like I said, I thought you had a teaspoon. I may need to make that a 1/8 teaspoon if he keeps talking.
You were just like, shit, I got this fucking letter. What the?
However, Prayer Garden of America, you should probably send Unirock a thank you note because I'm not going to have time to deal with your illiterate ass today.
Fuck
Yes.
you think I can do?
Okay, so when I'm in Discord, my judgment was, because now I'm just thinking about this all logically, like I have no clue how to handle this shit.
No, sir. You are thinking about this as illogically as you possibly could. Like, I couldn't write a dumber, more illogical way to handle this. And we understand you've never had to deal with this before. So if somebody knocked on, if a process, now I'm not saying you have been, but if you opened the door and a process server was there and he handed you some papers, a summons for whatever reason, you were getting, sued or named in a suit or something like that. Well, I presume that's not something that happens all the time. I'm just trying to think of a situation where the majority of us have never had that experience. So that's just something people can relate to that's easy to understand. So if you opened your door and there was a process server there and said, "Are you Unirock?" "Yes." "You need to sign here. You've been served." "Are you running to Discord? Is that where you're going to go?" "Oh, no, that's right, because don't you have a family?" How did he put that? "A family law firm." Wow, does your family, you keep a lawyer on retainer? The only people I know who do that, and believe me, I know some people who do that. But you know what? You know what some of those people also do that most of us don't know anything about? A lot of those people that have need to have like a family, an attorney on retainer, well, they also have what's called a house manager. Yeah, that's when you live in a house so fucking big and have so much going on that, yeah, you need somebody to keep track of all the little things around your house. And I don't mean like you have a housekeeper full-time and maybe a personal chef. No, I'm talking your home is so large that you have a dedicated person 5 days a week, and that's their job, is to take care of, when your light bulb goes out in your 27th bedroom's powder room. Yeah, you get the picture.
So I'm like, okay. And by the way, I still only have about 10 minutes left. So I just have to hurry is all. So anyway, I can come back later as long as you want me.
Oh God, now, please.
Okay. So I get the letter, and the reason that
Queen Bee, listen, he's got a very busy schedule. He's got to change out his sweatband or whatever this thing is he wears. He needs to change out his sweatband. He's got to change the beanie, the do-rag, whatever that thing is on his head. He's got to get his game remote control charged up. Listen, he's a busy man. So if you want some of his time, you're going to need to put in a request in the time slot so we can, let's get this taken care of. Galactic Unicorn. Hello. Oh, Lord, you're new here. Well, I guess I'll say welcome and either I'm sorry or I do believe I've dropped the F-bomb more today than probably combined in my entire YouTube career. I try and usually have a little more class than this, but this bullshit's got me feeling some type of way. So please don't judge me just on this stream alone.
I didn't pursue you is because I didn't think it was necessary with you being named in this weird way where it's almost like he's naming creators that are involved in talking about him. He's got because I think you've talked about him.
If you say we're named in the letter who have big channels and lots of people in their chat that might not already know you, that you could get a few subs off of, well, my goodness, I mean, that could be.
Is why I assume that. So we've got Betty, we got Molly, we got you, and then we got me.
Oh, yes, because now let's play the game. Which one of these does not match the other ones? We've got Betty, we've got Molly, we've got JLR, we've got Queen Bee. Now, I don't know which one of these is not like the others.
Name both of my channels, but again, I'd have to look at it again. And a bunch of other creators. So that's just a like section of this 2.5 page or 2-page letter that he hand wrote, put into an envelope, and mailed to my mother's home address.
That is very interesting because the exemplar of JLR's handwriting is readily available. And fortunately, it's been authenticated by a court of law. So lucky us. Like I said, if I am completely wrong here, I will offer a swift and full apology. And I won't go to Discord to do it. I'll just do it the easy way.
Yes, okay. And on the front of the letter, it has his town and everything, and his name is in the letter. He admits it's from him. So yes, the thing is, the reason I don't have.
Wait a minute. It has his town on it. What does the postmark say? That's what I'd like to know, because I know what city roughly JLR lives in, and I know what postmark should be on that envelope.
Have it right now is pretty obvious because number one, I don't live in my mom's basement. This is just a fucking meme or a joke or something that got turned into a meme or whatever.
I don't give a shit
so like I do see my mom sometimes, but it's typically I don't really have a lot of time to spend with her because
okay, that right there, I'm sorry, that piques my interest too. Behavior panel. Listen, if you need a layperson not at all educated in any kind of body language, I am available. Yeah, that piques my interest because what the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China or eggs at Sam's or this stupid ass letter that may or may not exist? What does your relationship, whatever it may be, with your mother, what in the hell does that have to do with anything in this situation? Nothing. Which means there is some specific reason you put it in there. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't belong, and it's just another in a very long line of things that makes absolutely no sense.
I could talk to you about that behind the scenes.
Why the fuck would she want to talk to you behind the scenes about your relationship with your mommy? What do you think, she's a therapist? She's just trying to find out if JLR is going to be hiding in her bushes when she walks out to, oh God, go to Starbucks. I don't know. Hopefully Queen Bee has a house manager and, Beaver Zero. Okay, I'll check it out. This damn light.
So what I did is the next time I went over, I sat down with her and read through it and myself and told her I'd like to take it. And she said, okay, after and I'm only going to say this here once. I'm not going to bring it up again or repeat it because I probably will kick myself for even saying it.
Then don't say it.
After my brother takes her to file the police report, which again, I think happened yesterday.
Now, that's interesting too, because I don't get it. What's the problem? Why is that, of all the insane sounding shit he has said, why does he think that that little point that I'm assuming his mom, you know, in light of the fact that she either doesn't own or doesn't know how to take a picture with her cell phone and send it to her son of this threatening letter that she received. Why is it notable that his brother would need to take her to the police station? I don't find that to me, of all the dumb shit he has said, that is one thing that rings very true to me. If this scenario happened, why? She's obviously, if she can't take a picture with a cell phone and send it to him, then she probably does need somebody to drive her. I mean, nobody's trying to get into any of his mom's personal business. Not at all. I'm just saying it's just yet another in a long line of things that he wants to draw attention to. That's a detail that none of us need to know. It just doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true.
Okay. I think I'm going to be able to go get the letter this afternoon, this evening, whenever I can make it there, because it's a bit of a drive.
Since the brother is obviously closer than he is in proximity to the mother, why couldn't the brother go and take a picture and send it to Uni?
Live next to her and
Nobody
take it
cares.
home as long as she's cool with that. And because again, my thing is, you go and file your police report, you have to have the letter for it, fine. And then I'm taking it to my lawyer and probably will file a police report after I see my lawyer.
He's got to pick a lane. It's either a nothing burger, which, as weird and creepy as I would find it, just because of who it came from, it's not a crime to send a letter to someone. Or it is of the utmost importance and is so important that you think you need to get a lawyer involved. Take a Greyhound bus if you have to. I don't know. Send a carrier pigeon, but get the letter.
Oh, I know. Maybe it was dumb of me. You're probably, like, people out there are probably right. It's dumb to go live right away and tell people about the letter.
Yeah,
but
no,
the reason I did it, and I swear I'll shut up, I know I ramble, is because I'm going off of, I'm thinking in the basis of fairness, where we've reported this stuff before. Whenever Molly doxed, I call dono gals, people that wanted refunds, you know, we talked about it right away. Whenever she doxed a YouTuber, we talked about it right away because it's in relation to the thing we're covering. And
why is he throwing all that out there? What does that have to do with any of this? I just, Amethyst Moon, aka hoodie and a crowbar. Welcome. That's a new name. Oh, God.
of course, I don't want to have different rules when it comes to me that doesn't put into some weird, danger of a police, whatever you have to do at the cops or the lawyer.
Yeah, I get it. But why didn't you just take a copy of, just in case you lose the letter? Why don't you just tell your mom, take a picture of the letter and just email it to you?
Well, that's fine. If I want a copy of it, I could probably have her do it right now. But again,
then
I'm talking about
do it right now. You notice? To me, what's interesting is what he didn't say. And what he didn't say was what I was expecting to hear him say to B. Tim, which is, well, because my mom doesn't know how to do any of that. Which is why my brother's got to go over there. I've got to go there. But no, instead, I think it caught him off guard. And what he said was just more shit that defies logic. Oh, well, yeah, I guess if I wanted to do that, because why would I want to do that? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess if I wanted to do that, I could get it right now. Well, then what the fuck do you need to drive there for? I mean, you mean to tell me that in lieu of, especially since you've made it sound like she doesn't live very close, so in lieu of asking your mom to take a picture, which that statement leads me to believe that she does know how to do that. So which is it? Pick a lane.
My lawyer before, like I said, Queen, if she tells me she's not going to.
Listen, you would be the one to take it to the lawyer. Right now, there's no lawyers that know. So why are we bringing, I have to get it to the lawyer before I can even see it myself? It's total bullshit.
To share it till after I go to my lawyer, she can have a copy of it. I don't have an issue with that. I'm not against anything. I haven't. Look, I've been working. I've been taking care of the fam, and I've been trying to handle this.
More irrelevant side bullshit to me. That those are just little things. I think in his mind, he knows that this conversation isn't going quite the way he expected it to. And in an effort to maybe get some sympathy and, you know, he's done everything. He's pulled out his elderly mother, taking care of the wife, taking care of the kids, paying the bills. He's done everything except pull a unicorn with the damn Lucky Charms leprechaun riding over the rainbow to try and, you know, make this more palatable and show everybody what a good guy he is. God almighty. I mean, do I really need to keep on going on with this? Oh, good God.
Letter thing at the same time. Okay.
I get it. Life is, you know, I mean, complicated, but I mean, like my mom gets letters. She lives in Florida. She takes a picture of it and she texts me and she literally does it. It takes about a minute.
Sure.
Listen, if you ever find that your mom gets a very important threatening letter, and she can't get it to you in any method short of you having to drive a few days to get there, just hit me up. I speak older woman. I'll help her out.
But you know, what we're told is though, and I get your perspective, Tim, but we've got a huge amount of other people out there that think that, you know, it'd be dumb for me to just put it out or share.
Who are these other people out there and what do they matter? I mean, it's like he wants you to believe that he doesn't make a move in his life without first consulting YouTube and the internet at large. Which, if that is true, well, my goodness, then there are larger problems than
it until I've seen my attorney. If we change our mind, I'll go get it right now and I'll come show it to all of you before I go to my attorney, if that's what everybody wants. Whatever you guys want, just tell me. As long as the audience is cool, I'll do it. So you just make up your mind.
Shit.
I mean,
I think. How about this, Uni? Who gives a shit what everybody wants? How about just what the woman who you have led to believe is named in a creepy, stalkery letter from a known convicted felon? How about just what she wants, okay? We don't need to worry about what everybody in the chat wants.
Based on advice from the mods and the people.
But you do have copies of it, right?
I mean, he's going to get the advice from his mods and his mom and his brother and a lawyer. I'm confused here, but
he didn't just let them only. No. You don't have a copy of it?
No, I just saw it one time since now. My mom has the letter.
Oh,
and
okay.
When I trust my brother and my mother, they're not going to throw it away or whatever. So,
what a fucking dumb thing to say. I trust my mother and my brother, and they're not, quote, gonna throw it away.
I would suggest you make a copy of it.
I will. That's what I'm going to do with my attorney.
Yeah.
Sure. I will. I haven't taken possession of it yet.
Unless I'm mistaken, and Unirock is like independently wealthy. You know, attorneys bill in quarter-hour increments. So, you know, most attorneys, I don't know where he lives, but here in Florida, a good attorney, and I'm assuming we're going to see a criminal attorney, right? Or, you know, at least some form of civil attorney. You know, the good ones here are on the low end, $350 an hour, and they just go up. And trust me, a lawyer charges you from the minute you turn the knob on the door and put one foot on the carpet. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So you're going to, this thing that's nothing, that nobody needs to worry about, or it's really something, you're going to incur the expense of a lawyer before even securing the letter yourself. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot.
Yet I don't have it yet.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, because just in case the letter gets
It's
damaged
good advice.
or anything. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
In fact,
that's
okay,
just-
I'll take it. I'll go do it now, but you know, I am worried.
you don't have to show it to anyone to make a
Yeah,
copy.
I know.
No.
I don't want anyone pressuring me to show it without talking to me
Yeah,
first,
okay.
other than Queen, because she's mentioned. But see, now that opens the door for Betty and them too. I don't give a fuck about them though. They can fuck off.
What?
Because Queen's
Yeah,
the only person
I'm
mentioned
just kind
who.
of like I
Okay,
said, I'm just
that right there, that's also something of note to me. Nobody, listen, I can't stand Betty or any of them. But during this whole thing where I've heard him talking, there is not one time until right there where Betty has even entered my mind. So why did he say that? Because it's another way to deflect off of the ever rapidly devolving conversation that is not going the way he thought it was going to go. Because I can tell this after listening to him for this long, he definitely wants you to think he's one of the smartest ones in the room. He thinks he's very slick, and he does it with, you know, obviously he does it different than I do. But make no mistake, just because he speaks quietly and in a monotone, you know, even keel, that is also a very clear way of communicating.
I mean, and I don't want to try to make you feel uncomfortable or nothing, but I'm
You're
just,
not. You're not.
you know, I just would like to know, like, I mean,
Can I get a time check,
no,
please? How far past our 10-minute window until he got to his very important task? How far are we now? About a half hour? Because he only had 10 minutes. I've only got 10 minutes, but listen, I'll come back. I'll come back on your platform, on your live stream, and we can talk as long as you want me. Okay, well, your 2.5 seconds just ended. Bye. I mean, honestly, it has been at the very least, it's been 15 minutes since he said that. I think it's been more like, I think we're going on a half hour, truthfully.
You don't have to show it to YouTube. You can just show it to Queen and
minutes.
just be like, here's Queen, here's the
No,
email.
like I said,
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's what I wanted to talk to
and
Queen
you know,
about.
I'm not going to be showing it to nobody. I don't give a fuck. I mean, you know, that's
Yeah,
not.
let's
that's not
go.
my-
I mean, if you use
Let
this,
me tell you something, and this is the God's honest truth. When Heels in the Air and myself were going to do a live stream, and I was pretty new to doing this, especially the share screen function. You know, baby steps. I learned how to share an image and then worked my way up to video. But Heels said, oh, well, you know what? QUEENBEE is really good about helping people with that. Let me reach out to her and see if she could maybe just, you know, walk us through it ahead of time. Because, you know, neither one of us want to look like dumbasses up here on our first, you know, world famous collab. That this is how much I think of QUEENBEE. I have a burner number, but for whatever reason, I can't get that burner number to notify me of text messages. And if I'm on my other devices, I don't recognize the number, so I miss calls. So I told Heels in the Air, she's got my real number. I said, just give her my real number, because I am absolutely not concerned that she's gonna, do anything with my number. And I don't have anything to hide, but I don't just, run around giving anybody. Well, I think I have joked before. I think everybody on YouTube has my number, but she does. And I tell you what, I won't be losing any sleep worrying about that. Oh.
Discord sometimes because it has a really good
I
live
use
streaming
Discord. I
feature.
use it right now. I mean, like I
Okay.
talked to Navy last night. I was like, hey,
I've
when
never
you
done
when
it.
you're done
I
with the
asked-
stream.
well,
Like
I
how
asked
long you
Navy
do?
last night. I said, can you help me find this? Can you help me? I said, can you help me find this tag, because I can't find it. I don't know if maybe I'm just stupid or what, because I don't know what the fuck's going on. And Navy
I
said, I looked.
But
Well, Navy had said himself, he said, I looked and I don't see any tag anywhere. And I'm like, well, what the hell?
Imagine that. Hey, my
I know
God.
the tag's there, but
Well,
I'll
that's interesting. It's a really, never mind.
I'll go in and find it with you. Like, I don't want to interrupt your stream, so I'm going.
Oh, good. I'm about to throw this damn cup through the screen. I don't want to interrupt your stream. He came on at 2 hours and 50 minute-ish. It is now 3 hours and 8 minutes. He has been 18 minutes of interrupting her stream. God.
Going to Mom's.
Well, yeah, because I just felt like I was stupid and I didn't want to make you look stupid, because I was like,
No.
you were tagging
Do
me
you
and
want to
saying,
talk to my mom with me? Because
No.
you seem like
Do you want to talk to my mom? Oh my God. I actually think that probably perfectly sums it up. Do you want to talk to my mom? Well, how would that happen, Uni? Because you say you don't live there, and I'm taking you at your word, because why would you? But your mom who can't take a picture and text it to you is going to somehow know how to do a 3-way conference call?
like, why not? She's just.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to any of
Not
your
you.
family
I'm
members.
talking about Queen.
Oh.
I'm talking to Queen. Not you.
Okay, I was about to say.
When I said yesterday, like 10:25, I was like, hey man, I can't find the messages that
I'm
Uni
sorry.
was.
If my son works a full-time job. He's busy. He doesn't have time to do shit like this. But if my son ever called me and said, Mom, can you talk to this other person from YouTube? I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? And why are you calling me and involving me in this shit?
Tagging me in. I tried to reach out to him on Twitter, but I didn't hear from you or him. Can you help me with the tags? I can't find them.
I'm really bad with Twitter.
So
I'm
he's like,
sorry.
I didn't know. This is on Discord where you said you would tag me or whatever. So I asked him to help me find it, and I was like, "Hey, can you help me find this?"
I know. That's cool. That's cool.
He's like,
as soon as
my
you-
girlfriend and I are searching for the tag. I was like, "Well, can you screenshot it and shoot it over to me, because I can't find it?" And like,
Okay,
don't.
I'll go find it right when we're done here, because like I said, I have to go, but I have to be somewhere in like an hour, and I wanted to do a stream first and just
he's
handle
putting
things with
that
my.
flag in. I've got to go. We went from "Do you want to talk to my mommy?" to yep, I'll go find that tag. Just as soon as we're done here, I gotta go.
The answer real quick, like 15-minute stream with them, but you know, I can
Yeah,
cancel
because
that if
he's
I
like,
have
I'm
to.
you know, telling you the truth. We can't find it, and him and his girlfriend both looked for it. So
Okay, no, I'll look for it myself. It's just it's from days and days ago, so it'll like what Friday when it's the Wednesday, right? Tuesday. Okay,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I'll
You
find it. I just
said
have to go back to that
They're
day.
all the same.
it's on you. Yeah, as I say, because your community tab is where it's at, honey. I don't know. It just says
Yeah, no, yeah,
it just
that
says
would be the
you
time.
tagged me on your.
I can find that time on the community tab and then go into Discord. It's just take time. So
Yeah, because
okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the other part is, I'm being serious. Would it make you feel
I
better
only
or
seen it on
something?
there. That's what I'm saying. Like you tagged me, and that's how I seen it because you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, no, you're good.
that's it.
You're
You know,
good, yeah.
otherwise I would have never known anything about it because
Yeah, that's why I tagged you on the
Yeah.
community tab because I
Funny how
didn't
that
think you
works,
used
isn't it?
Discord because you didn't respond to the tag in Discord. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you
That's
mean
why I
that
used the
tag
tag and
nobody
then
can
said, "Hey,
find?
watch my
That is
stream so you
strange how
get
that
this
happens.
info." Because again, I don't know. Like, if
yeah,
you're like
just
me,
yesterday, 1 day ago. So 1 day ago.
no, I tagged you again yesterday, but this was Friday. Was when all this happened. Right?
Well, your community tab says
letter
1 day ago, and then the only other one on here is just the post on
Friday,
the
right?
live stream. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but my point is like, what do people like the community want to be comfortable? Because like,
Who gives a good goddamn what the community wants? How does that have any bearing on this, you know, very serious letter? I mean, truly, I would say to anyone who is even remotely considering believing this, I mean, you do what you want, but I mean, I would suggest drawing on your real life experience, forget about YouTube and everything else, and just ask yourself if any of this makes the slightest bit of sense. Yeah, nonsense, exactly. I promise you, I don't care who if I had this kind of scenario going on in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I don't care if it was a creator I had never heard of before. I would do everything in my ability within reason to reach out to that person. And I'm pretty sure that the email on the public about page of their YouTube channel, that would be where I would start. And nobody needs to tell him that. You know what I think? I think that he's somebody who's used to, you know, putting something out, and I don't know, maybe he's never said anything this weird before. Maybe I think that this didn't quite go the way he expected it to, maybe. I don't know. But I started this off by saying, at the very least, if we give him every benefit of every doubt and view the evidence in the light most favorable to him, it still is just a douche move. Up, down, sideways, forwards, backwards, round and round, up and down. None of it makes sense. And none of it is what, listen, there's just nothing in this world that will convince me that this man who has got every social media platform there is and has significant numbers of subs, but wants you to believe that in a community that, let's face it, I mean, anybody running around in this housing project of Krama, pretty much everybody knows who everybody else is, at least the bigger players. So for him to act like, I just had no idea how to get in touch with her. And to me, that's what pisses me off about the whole thing. It's not even the fact that, you know, in my opinion, this is all contrived and it's all done for content, and more importantly than content, I think for subs. That's what I think. And I think it's kind of backfired. And all I can say is, if it was me and I was taking all kinds of fire, well, if I had to drive all night, I'd get that letter and I would show it. And I also, I mean, am I the only one who finds it very ironic that this is from the one person in his own handwriting where there is a legally accepted exemplar in the court record of that person's handwriting. And he also happens to be someone that's widely ridiculed, disliked for good reason. I think this was, I don't even want to listen to any more of it because I've been going on almost 3 hours and there's not that much more of it. And I'm just going to keep saying the same thing over and over. It defies logic. If it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. I do not have any personal issue with Uni. I don't have any malice for him. I'm just doing what everybody else here does. I'm what did I call it? Dramatary. Yes, this is dramatary. Oh, bullying him? No, nobody's bullying him. I mean, I started this whole thing off by sincerely thanking him for his military service. And I have no problem ending it that way as well. Just because I have just dog walked him and drug him for filth on the bumper of my car up and down the YouTube streets, that doesn't mean that I have any ill will towards the man. I do not. I do not look at him like Betty, JLR. I mean, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I should. But I don't look at him as I look at them. But I do think that, based on some of the things that have come to light in the past few days, and just listening to this again, I think he's just, he's a major opportunist. I think he's a shameless self-promoter. And I think he came up with, I think, if this turns out to be a hoax, then I think it was probably, he was thinking along the lines of, well, you know what? He's a total douchebag and everybody hates the guy anyway. So no harm, no foul. How do you, it's kind of hard to hurt the reputation of someone who's done, 13 years in prison. It's JLR has never been a choir boy, is what I'm getting at. So he's the new Lowell's cow. Oh well, I tell you what, when he'll know that he's made full Lowell's cow status is, how did Burnt Toast put that? When you end up in her pasture. Oh, so there you have it. That's it. I have no personal animosity with the man. I don't think we're going to be crossing paths anytime soon, but if we did, and I'll say the same thing to him, Uni, if you want to come and talk to me, I would love to host you. Yeah, we'll do it in a live stream. But I mean, I'm only partially being sarcastic. Hey, if you want to come over and let me host you, so I can get my name out in front of your subs, and maybe some of them will subscribe to me, you know, kind of like I think you did with Queen Bee. Well, hey, I'd be open to that, just like with anybody I talk about. I mean, if you're going to dish it, you got to take it. So, you know, all I ask is the same, but the way I do things with people, which is soon as I hit end broadcast and I walk out of my office, it's done. Like, I definitely do not want to talk to your mom. I don't want to talk to your brother. I don't want to talk to your lawyer. I don't want to talk to your kindergarten teacher. No, I don't want to do any of that. And I guess where I will end it is in the event that this letter does materialize and I was completely off the mark, and it's going to have to be that the handwriting matches the known documented exemplar of JLR's handwriting, which is contained in the court file, I absolutely will do a public apology to you. And you know what? I'll throw in a damn Starbucks or a Red Bull gift card for, you know, just for the extra trouble. And I mean that. I absolutely will. Listen, I am not like a lot of people, especially on here, where if you're wrong, if I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong, and I'm going to say I'm sorry. Goodbye. I'm not going to do a whole dance around why you get it. So, all right. I am going to talk about, not today because I'm done. My God, you guys, we're supposed to do the Met. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Oh God, holy shit. Oh God. Oh, geez, pardon me. I'm so sorry. Oh God, that was my sciatic nerve. Holy crap. Oh, it's like getting electrocuted down your hip. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that because I have not clipped not one picture. And it takes time because I have to, it's a big thing. I have to clip them, and then I have to use the snip tool, and otherwise I have to make sure they're in the right format. What is it? Some of them are in they're not all in JPEG. Some of them come in other formats that I then cannot open up once I get on the live stream. So I think, much as I hate to do it, I'm going to have to reach out to Coco and see if we can reschedule that. And I will get all the pictures clipped, maybe over the weekend. That's probably what we should do. It is Thursday. When I come back, I want to talk about Sewer Garden of America, that nasty geriatric illiterate viper. Yeah, I want to talk about her. You guys, it makes me ill to hear, and not just her, but she's the worst offender. But when that skank says things like, "Oh, this is Summer's channel," really, bitch? Do you give Summer all your super chats, you grift, every night on the back of that baby? Or I don't know, maybe how about Don and Candace, because Summer's not here to, you know, put a super chat in her hand. So since your channel is it's Summer's channel, well, maybe Summer would like Summer's parents to, I don't know. I'm sure there's some things they could use, maybe like a gift card to, I know Kroger is a big grocery store in Tennessee. You know, just saying, since it is Summer's channel. How's that going with you and your Mensa panel? Yeah, you idiots that sit up there every night putting your purple hearts in the chat. Yeah, you know, I understand the symbolic nature, but I think if it's really Summer's channel, you should do two things. You should, I don't know, maybe go back to school and learn how to be fluent in the English language, and learn how to speak not in crayon. Learn how to speak without talking like you. It's like I'm honestly running out of words with her. It's like she inhabits the depths of the sewers. That's how I see her. And where Prayer Garden would do well. My goodness. I have an idea. I mean, since her channel is all for Summer, well, I think it's time to stop using that child to, pay for your Newports and your magic brownies. What I think you'd be good at, Prayer Garden. This could be an idea, because you would fit right in. And you know what they always say, especially if you got to go undercover. Well, you want to try and blend in with the locals, fit in with the scenery, get in where you fit in. Well, you know how Soft White Underbelly interviews, well, you probably don't know who that is. Oh, here's a good one. In Philadelphia, there's a street called Kensington Avenue. PG. You speak their language down there. You could be like Women on the Street, coming to you live from Kensington. Is it Kensington Avenue? Yes. Philadelphia. Nonsense. You have never heard of Prayer Garden? Oh my God. Listen. Of all the people on here that have exploited that baby, she is worse. In my opinion, she is worse than anyone, for the simple fact that it has been nonstop. It is her only content. And she says, obviously, you heard, she's got a filthy, vile, foul mouth. And Don and Candace, I'm seriously considering making a short, dedicated video just to you two. I'm going to @ your channel. And I hope that maybe just a few thoughts I have for you as someone who has never made 1 penny off your daughter. I have not exploited her name. I have not exploited her case. Hell, you guys, I can't even be bothered to damn hashtag half the people I talk about in the video. I mean, there's only so far I'm willing to go with this. I got a life. I do not live my entire life on YouTube. So I truly have considered just imploring you, please get off of YouTube. I know that you are in touch with the best of the true crime creators here on YouTube. Unfortunately, you choose to lend your name and your daughter's name and image to the worst on this platform, like Prayer Garden. What is wrong with you? I mean, that disgusting, wretched bitch says them. I mean, I want you to stop and think about this for a minute. And with 100% sincerity, if there is one person out there who can hear this, who knows how to get in touch with them, please tell them to come to this video and watch the very end, and I'll make it short and sweet. From what I can see, just about every creator on here who allows you up on their panel publicly to then ridicule you, oftentimes humiliate you. Some of them talk to you like you are trash in the street when they are trash in the street, like Prayer Garden. Ask yourself this question. You don't need to be a sociologist. You don't need to be, super educated. Y'all are street smart. Do you think that anyone who truly cared about your daughter, never mind, says that their entire channel is all about Summer, that their channel is Summer's channel? Is that what you want for your daughter? You want to lend your name for those dirtbags to pimp in furtherance of their grift on the back of that sweet baby? I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I love your daughter. I don't know your daughter. You don't love people you don't know. However, I do understand that many people care very much about finding her and about getting justice for her in whatever form or fashion that may be. And don't you think that you owe your daughter the respect to not go on a channel where the channel owner is calling you every filthy foul name in the book? Oh, and let's not forget, like I said, does Prayer Garden, does she do anything for you too? Because your daughter is probably paying that nasty bitch's lot rent on her trailer. That would be my guess. Don't you think? I'm sure y'all could use, I'm not saying that people should be, throwing cash at you, but I think that's the least you could do is, since it is Summer's channel. So I don't know, maybe Summer should reap some of the profits of her channel that have been made on her back, while that ignorant, illiterate bitch stands on her neck. Your daughter isn't around for you to do much for her right now at this point in time. But you can do that for her. You can stop going on these YouTube channels. Don, Candace, I am imploring you. Stop with the YouTube channels. Nobody on here is going to solve your daughter's case. Not any of the channels you appear on the regular. Stop letting these people defile your daughter's name and memory. You owe her that much. Like I said, there's nothing you can do for her right now, but you can do that. And I think it's high past time that you stop giving all these dirtbag tragedy pimps an income stream to be made off of your daughter's back. And I can assure you, I have never made 1 penny off your daughter, and I never will. And I keep telling you, Dawn, right after Christmas, that was me who was driving by. You were coming down the driveway and I was headed up, and we basically were going to be in one of these. And I was in a very big pickup truck that was very noticeable. It would have stuck out like a sore thumb out there. And I do have footage from when I was there. I have never released it, and I don't plan on it because there's no reason to. The only reason that I can imagine would be to hashtag your daughter's name to exploit her and to show people videos that are not anything new that other people have not used to make money. So I don't know. If you can't rationalize it any other way as to why you need to stay off of all of these YouTube channels. Any content creator that tells you that they will not help you, or that they can't help you, or they can't do anything for summer unless you appear on their panel, they're not interested in you or your daughter or any of your children. And you need to do the only thing you have left at the moment to honor. Well, I'm not going to say the only thing. Don't allow these people to use your child like this anymore. Put a stop to it in so much as you can. So, and if you're not going to do that, and I have a feeling you won't, because I in a way I understand, because obviously you and I come from different places, but that doesn't mean that there are not things that we all have in common. And I very much can understand the fact that people who give you the opportunity to be seen and heard and listened to in a way that you have never had before, I know is a very heady feeling. And this whole dumpster fire, it takes a lot of savvy and strategizing, and that's just to survive and thrive. Or it eats you alive. And this place has never done a damn thing for you guys. So it's just please stop it. Stop lending your name and your daughters to these disgusting, vile, they're tragedy pimps. And Prayer Garden of America is the number one. In your daughter's case, she is the number one offender. And I don't have a daughter, but I do have a grown child. And I can tell you this. If anyone spoke about my child and spoke the way Prayer Garden does, with my daughter's picture all over her YouTube channel, I would never willingly help that nasty, wretched bitch make 1 nickel. Why don't you ask her? You ask her how much money you made since Summer's channel has been in existence, since it's all about Summer. Well, you tell that nasty bitch that Summer is sending a bill. Summer's going to send an invoice. And let's just see. Let's see if it's still Summer's channel after that. I'm pretty sure you know the answer to that. Don, it's no secret that your wife hates that bitch. You know, me and Candace, I don't think there's too many things that Candace and I probably, you know, have like minds about. Although, you know, there may actually be more than either one of us even know. But I can tell you this. Candace and I, or I'm sorry, Candace and me, well, we are in lockstep on this one. Listen to your wife, Dawn. She knows a jackal, an illiterate jackal, when she sees one. She's got Prayer Garden's number. You need to lose Prayer Garden's number. Okay, well, that's it. I hope everybody has a good, I can't believe it's Thursday. Is it Thursday? It is, my God. All right. We shall meet again over the weekend. I am going to reach out to Coco right now to see if we can just move the Met Fashion Popo, because I don't have enough time to get all the stuff together. And I don't think I can sit in this chair for another minute today. So y'all, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it so much. And oh, there's one thing I wanted to say before I go. And the reason that it even crossed my mind was because I was getting ready to pull up the intro, which I also use as the outro, that Menace to Sobriety made for me. Y'all, I typically do, when I'm not doing a live or a video, anytime I'm in chats, I watch it on my TV and I use my iPad to chat with. I do not get to see community posts as often as I would, because I'm usually on my TV and chatting on the iPad. So I just saw today that Menace to Sobriety has got a sick family member. So if you would please remember, I believe it's his brother. So if you would please keep him in your thoughts and prayers as he is battling a serious health condition. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. And I'm going to see you this weekend where we're going to talk Met Ball, Prayer Garden, much as I hate to, Betty, and there was something else that I don't remember at the moment, but oh, I'm sure it'll all come back to me. Was that Justice? I agree. Was that Justice? Do I like memes? Sure. Oh, Xena with fire. Thank you. My shoes. I changed my shoes. I don't have those. These are my jeans heels. I put on my jeans and I took off those slingback spiky pumps. But hey, Ginger Snap, vase of flowers. Thank you to all the new people I saw come in here that I haven't seen before. Oh, London Girl, the glitzy. Look, I have this one too. I have the pink one and the AB one. I actually got these on Amazon and they're cheap. I think this was like $40, something crazy. And these are Swarovski. These are not like acrylic crystals. No, they're the real deal. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the new people, the new faces I saw. I appreciate it. And please come back and see me when I'm not, oh God, y'all, I apologize. I dropped a hell of a lot of F-bombs today. I really do try, and I pride myself on being a lady at least 98% of the time. This one had me a little heated, a little pissed off. So yeah, I was a little out of pocket today with my mouth, and I apologize for that. I try not to. I try to just keep that for my, I got to keep the smoke and mirrors game up as long as I can. And I try and save all my trucker mouth for just at home, doing commentary on my couch to myself. But this one had me feeling some type of way. Okay, everybody. With that, I will wish you adieu. Have a good night, and I will see you soon.